Um, I was telling Seth that I'm still in the process of editing Even Dwarfs. I actually pumped out a lot of it recently,
Mm-hmm.
right before we got on here. But I was telling Seth that the audio is going to be a little wonky because we forgot to inform Robert that to not bump the table or anything.
Did he bump it a
So
lot?
yeah, so there's just a bunch of like bass kicks within us talking, and I can't edit it out without getting rid of what we're saying. So it might be a little
Yeah,
painful
that's
listen.
okay. Nah.
You can just edit me out.
Well, I already did that.
Yeah.
When I do the noise gate to get rid of things that are too quiet below a certain threshold, it took all of you out.
No. Luna, can you be good? What are you eating? Swear to God, if you found some rice over there.
Holy shit, Darius Garland becomes the sixth player in NBA history with 50 plus points, 10 plus threes, and 5 plus assists in a game in a loss to the Wolves.
Yeah, kind of how my fantasy team lost, even though he's my point guard.
What about in football?
Well, yeah, what do you think about the Vikes game?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Best game of the
Skull.
year.
2 catch of
And
the year candidates.
me and Alex are locked. I sent you a trade, Brandon, in Dynasty.
I just saw that actually. I saw you change. I didn't know who it was from because you changed your name, but what was it again? It had Kadarius in it.
The Dawning of the Age of Kadarius. Have you ever heard of that song? This is
The Age of
the
Kadarius.
Age of Aquarius. Yeah, Age of
A
Kadarius.
song to one of maybe the best movie finale endings of all time with the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
great movie ending.
Yeah.
How we starting this biatch?
I already told Seth I know how we're starting it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be us doing the Saturday Night Live skit where we're just the Californians.
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool with you?
Yeah, I might be doing a Cholo accent, but we'll see.
I appreciate the Cholo representation. It matters, representation matters. So
Yeah.
do we need anything else before we start? Are we good on all those accounts? Did sound test 1, 2. That looks pretty good.
We got our Modest Mouse shirts on.
Yeah, I mean, we do.
Good.
Oh, that's wet right there.
Oh no.
Water. It's not pee. Just from shoes.
Oh
Nice.
Did you go to the Grizz game on Saturday?
Hell no.
Oh,
The
yeah, that's
Mission
right. You
game.
were at Mission.
The legends, icons,
Oh, Marina.
our favorite children.
I got an ESPN update today saying that College Game Day is going to Cat Grizz this year, next weekend. Yeah.
I'm still gonna miss that too.
Well, it's in Bozeman.
Well, I'm still not gonna watch it at all.
You're not going to watch it at all because of Mission?
State championship,
Are they
boys.
are they going all the way?
Represent.
That's the title game, so they damn well might.
Who are they playing?
Belt.
Oh, Belt is stupid.
Yeah, my friend Chris is coming, and he says he's gonna bring a sign that said "Belt killed Robin Williams."
God.
Yeah.
Give
And
him the
God hates
belt.
Belt.
God hates belts.
That's just it. God hates Belt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. Oh, I was looking at what we were doing because we decided on Life Day Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started looking at what we need to do after the seasons. I already mocked up a little thing for January. Well, we'll do a talking cat to
Okay.
finish the season in the bracket. Then we'll do Lyle Crocodile. We'll do Tu Wong Fu,
Mm-hmm.
which my mom said she watched. She's like, oh, it's like actually pretty funny and quite good.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then
Yeah.
Napoleon
Not San
Dynamite, I
Andreas.
thought.
We could maybe do Napoleon Dynamite, one of my all-time favorites.
And then we'll get into rom-coms. Do you have an idea for a masterpiece rom-com this time? When Harry Met Sally?
Probably that one. That'd be a good one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Let's do this. What? Hold up. Seth has to go clean some pee.
She peed? And I hate you. You're the worst dog.
Finally, you listen to something I say.
Shut up. What do you mean?
It's like the tiniest spot, and all I'm gonna do is spray this and put a big towel on it.
But yeah, you should trade me Drake London.
What is the trade?
I think I sent you Mike Williams and Jeff
When I'm
Williams
booing
and
you.
Deontay Foreman.
Don't shoot
Who the hell is Jeff Williams?
Who the heck is
Jeff
Teddy
Wilson.
Jenkins?
Okay, and so who's the third you said?
Deontay Foreman. The Panthers.
Oh,
running
for the
back.
Panthers. Is he young?
I think he's like 24.
That's
Okay.
young.
I don't know. I like Drake London.
I'll send you. I want one of him or Wilson. I can send a bunch of stuff for you.
I know you want him or Wilson, but I'm almost. There's almost
I've
no
got
way
3
I part with
first-round
him.
picks. We'll see.
What the heck?
Seth, why do you struggle with these headphones so much? They don't have to be straight.
To Californians. Yeah, they do. For me, I got them. Look. Chill.
Are you
baby.
sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He
Mhm.
doesn't trust me.
Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play. This week on the Californians. Hey man, I need some of that fresh wine that you got brewing in your orchard in Napa Valley, California. You're not-
this side of town.
You're not from
Looking
Napa
for
Valley,
wine?
California.
This ain't Napa Valley. It's San Andreas, homie.
See,
You're the
I
wrong side
took
of town.
the 118 down to Pasadena, rode it all the way down. I must have ended up wrong side of town.
I don't know where either of these places are.
Where are you from?
Central. The middle.
California? Dude,
Just the middle of it.
well, let's talk about it as we sit
Hey,
here.
ese, odele. Now I can't breathe. Now I can't sleep. I'm barely hanging on.
What?
Why? Like,
What happened?
was
earthquake.
wrong? Oh, in California.
Tremors.
You guys ever watch Tremors?
With Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Me neither.
do you watch
Now it's
Tremors
about
2?
like
With Kevin
monsters.
Bacon?
Uh-huh.
No.
How about Tremors 3?
Without Kevin
I
Bacon?
think there's 7 of them.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've seen 0 of them.
I've seen the first 3.
I've seen Leprechaun 4, and that's about it.
Ooh, Leprechaun 4 and Space got a huge jump recently on our podcast.
How big is huge?
It is now our 4th most listened to episode
From where? Goddamn.
from like 16th.
Really?
Yeah, it's tied with Cat from Outer Space now
Huh.
for 3rd.
Go team. I thought
And-
it might get a couple listens because some people were like, "What was the episode you started on?" So I'm like, "Well, that's me." If you, like my family is like, "That's where I started." If you want to listen to it, but I don't think that many people.
Mel got a couple more. The Cat in the Hat got a couple more. Space Chimps got a couple more.
Let's go.
Power Rangers got a couple more. Our top 10 are all about 61 and up now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
we're
donate to our Patreon.
Yeah.
There's 0 money in it. because
at
we haven't set it up yet.
www.california.com.
No, it's not at California.com. We couldn't afford that.
Yeah.
It's at
We're working on it.
That domain has to be like $1 billion.
California.com.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just the state.
That's like buying Google.com.
I mean,
Not
let
even
me,
a company.
I see him
I'm gonna
typing.
send an email off.
I'm gonna put an offer out for put a bid on California.com.
You should undersell them.
Yeah, low ball.
It seems pretty official.
www.california.com. I can only imagine.
You really can. There's no other way you can sort of look at it yourself. You can only imagine.
when we were doing the intro, and
Um,
Lucas was like, "Caesar, the carpet doesn't move, buddy."
I did say that.
When we were doing the intro, and Lucas was like, "I might do something." Before he went cholo, I thought he was gonna go Kelly Clarkson and completely
That's what the
go off.
behind these. I was going for the lyrics. I can't sleep. I can't breathe. And I sang it in a cholo accent. I'm barely hanging on.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought it sounded familiar. I don't know Kelly Clarkson as well as you both, I guess.
Here I
Behind These
am
Lies.
once again.
I'm torn into pieces.
Oh, so you do know Kelly Clarkson? You
Yeah, I know.
fucking liar.
Yeah, you just had to
Behind
remind
these
me.
ojos marron.
Behind these cholo eyes.
No.
Behind Alexandra Daddario's eyes.
Oh, let's
Those are
move.
some eyes.
It's early. We have to start with something else. I'm
We-
gonna get distracted.
Seth's gonna take a trip to the bathroom real quick,
Mhm.
and Lucas and the boy will move on. This week we had to switch things around because Devin's not able to be on. Thank you.
Yeehaw.
Devin's not able to be on, and so we still are saving Uncle Boone Me for him. So we switched to something. I wanted another film that screamed like.
We switched to something else, and then we switched from that.
And then we just kept switching and switching. We ended up on this. I wanted something that was kind of like action-y, big budget, because we haven't done really a whole lot of that since Transformers. And then with holiday movies coming up, we might not have a whole lot of other opportunities to do for the season. So I was thinking, you know what? What's something recent that's come out that's just like action, big budget? So I came across San Andreas from 2015. Anybody seen it, heard of it before?
No, I have not seen it. It was a disappointment a little bit to me to kick off To Wong Fu with Love from Julie Newmar, which is a slap in the face not only to my mom but also the LGBTQ community, to bump it for The Rock.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'd had a good string of interesting movies that I've been seeing, and then we got served this today.
Served on a silver platter.
Sentenced
What are you talking
to watch
about?
this.
Sentenced on a silver platter.
Don't worry for all you Tu Wong Fu lovers. That is coming in January. If you're watching on the YouTube, you heard us discuss it beforehand of what's coming out in the month of January for season 6. But I got some questions for you guys.
Preguntas.
First question.
Pergananand.
What? My first question for you guys is: do you like the WWE?
I like
Not-
the games.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I enjoy aspects of it.
You guys heard that new Drake album?
With 21?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I've heard
Have
parts of it.
Have you seen the memes they're doing?
Mm-mm.
There's a song in there. Drake's like 21.
Oh,
Can
yes,
you
yeah.
do something for me? And they keep doing like Drake being it's a WWE intro they made.
Yeah.
Is why I'm going to the.
I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes out like doing a little catwalk, strutting his thing. 21. Can you do something for me? 21 Savage saw that video and he's pissed about it.
I know. I saw that too.
I do like the culture of professional wrestling.
Okay.
It's fun.
So WWE. My second question for you guys is: I just had it. Oh, do you like Tyler the Creator's song featuring Playboy Cardi, "Earthquake"? 'Cause you make my earthquake.
I don't. That was my favorite album.
Really? I know you are a big Tyler fan over there.
I like that song. I learned recently that he tried to like write that song for other stars. He tried to, I don't know, sell it, I guess, to Rihanna and Justin Bieber, and they both said no. So the vocals you hear in the chorus are placeholder vocals that he was using to sample it when he was trying to sell it off.
And
I don't know about that one, just the chorus.
And my last question for you, 3 of them today, is: do you like Alexandra Daddario? This is a deep sigh, Seth.
I think, yeah, I enjoy her work.
I love her so much.
Have you watched True Detective, or have you seen the GIF? I'm sure.
Yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah. Well, the show is even eclipses that, if you could believe it.
I can't believe it, but I have heard good things.
I told Seth today, I was like, wow, my voice really cracked there. I told Seth today, I was like, she was in True Detective, and he's like, I don't know that. I was like, have you seen the one where she slowly like pulls up her shirt and her boobs just pop? I was like, oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, with Woody Harrelson.
Yep. So
Woody.
if you like the WWE, if you like Earthquake by Tyler the Creator, or if you like Alexandra Daddario, you've come to the right place. The good, the bad, and the movies. I've already said. Exactly.
I'm Lucas.
Yep.
Gobnard, as you may know me online.
That's it.
Yep, you are.
Seth. Yeah.
Seth.
I'm Snoopy style.
And I'm the dad. This is Brandon, Raising Brandon 25, bringing you San Andreas from 2015 this week. Before we get into it,
bringing the heat
with JoJo Candles
on Fuck FM.
It's just Fuck FM now.
That was what I said
oh,
first.
Sex FM, yeah.
Sex FM. I think I called it like 98.1.
Yeah. So all I was saying, Fuck FM is a subsidiary of Montana Public Radio, actually.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something. We did that bit the other day, like a few weeks ago. I said 98.1 the fuck or something, and then you said Sex FM. And I was like, that's way more clever.
Yeah. We're drinking beers today.
We have a whole network of radio stations, yes.
I'm not gonna drink a whole lot. Maybe Seth will.
Yeah, I'm gonna have 9 of these.
We had quite a bit to drink last night.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna kind of do our thing. But what I got for us today, if you remember back to the Willy Wonka episode, same brewing company here. This is the
Insert, like a flashback noise. They're like wind chimes.
Willy
when they're like, think back. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that.
And then I'll plug in the audio.
Yeah, it'll be like me and Marina just screaming at each other. Like, do you remember that? Nothing about the movie.
Now that was a fun clip we just listened to there.
Well, that was so racist of Brandon.
He did.
He did. I'm glad you got to listen to that flashback because we had to listen to the ramblings of a crazy man with a manifesto.
Well, that was, for real. Protected speech should be banned in this country based off that explanation that Brandon just gave about the Holocaust.
Yeah. We were having lunch with my parents today, and my mom was like, you know, your podcast could be a lot shorter if Seth, you and Lucas didn't just pick on Brandon the whole time and call him racist.
It would be like 10 minutes shorter. At best.
I told her, I was like, it's mostly Seth's fault. It went from like an hour 50 to 2.5.
He really threw me under the bus immediately. It was like, no, not Seth and Lucas. You got it all wrong.
Lucas and I had a tight ship when it was just him and I for a while. It was always like hour 50. But
tight, clean ship.
So you already know kind of what this beer is because we put in the flashback, but I'll say it anyway. Mother Earth Brewing Company. Not quite the same as the last one. This one, instead of the creamsicle, this is the Cali Creamin' Vanilla Cream Ale. Tasting notes with vanilla bean, cool and crisp, smooth finish ale with natural flavor added.
California creamin'.
I thought you were gonna do California love.
No.
But California cream.
No.
And really emphasize the cream.
California cream.
Your cream.
It's undeniable. I just say I like a loose ship better than a tight ship. We'll just say that.
Do you like some loose? Okay. 5% alcohol in this, 12-ounce cans. Let's crack it. You already did.
Yeah.
What do you think? What say you?
I wish it were sweeter.
What say you?
How about thee?
I do wish it were sweeter.
Yeah. It smells awesome. It smells like those, vanilla Tootsie Rolls.
Marina loves vanilla Tootsie Rolls.
They're so damn good.
So that's our beer. So let's get into it. Today, director is Brad Payton. Really felt like it was supposed to be a Michael Bay kind of film, didn't it?
I was going to ask. But his name would have been
Michael Bay,
huge.
I'll just say this. This would have been a much better film had Michael Bay been behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been more entertaining at the very least.
Alexandra Daddario would have been the perfect Megan Fox Transformers parallel.
I'm glad Michael Bay didn't direct this movie. She doesn't deserve that.
But Brad Payton has done a couple things. The first thing he does is Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore.
Oh shit.
That's a play on like Pussy Galore, right? Too.
I'm
the
guessing.
Bond villain.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess. Accidentally.
What are you thinking?
No, I've just seen those movies. I like Cats and Dogs.
Oh.
Follows Lucas's theory about me.
With all the animated kids films and
this
whatnot.
This one's not even animated.
I know it's not. I've seen it.
But yeah, you have seen every animated movie starring an animal since 2000 to 2013, I believe.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It's weird because like
if I've seen Hoodwinked and like Dougal, I think I've seen them all.
Lucas will find the most obscure thing and send it to our like Snapchat group chat,
and I'll send back 7 out of 10.
Lucas will be like, Seth, you seen this?
There's no way you've seen this, Seth, right? And Seth's like, I love that movie. Got me through my first breakup.
Do Happily Never After like solve my parents' marriage.
Dougal got me through when my fish died.
Dougal was bad. I just remember Whoopi Goldberg was in it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So Cats and Dogs: Revenge of Kitty Galore. He also directed Journey to the Mysterious Island, the one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Was there a Journey 1?
There was Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, that's that franchise. Okay.
Yeah. He did one called Incarnate. He did one called Rampage with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh, I wanted to see that. I used to love that game.
The video game where you have the monsters fight and break buildings and shit.
Yeah, Braden and I used to play it on the 64 Nintendo.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was awesome.
I'll just say I was aching for a big giant gorilla in this movie.
That would have been tight, and then it drowns.
Cool. No, that would have been cool.
He did 2 episodes of Daybreak, and there is a San Andreas like sequel that is announced.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Yellowstone?
That's a show.
No, but like maybe Yellowstone's erupting?
No, because nobody would watch that because everybody knows that if that blew up, the whole world would die.
The Rock has to plug the volcano from exploding.
He's the only man that can lift the giant cork.
I'm going to get ahead of it, but that helicopter scene with Emma like hanging over the edge, and he just fucking threw her into the helicopter.
With one hand.
He just picked her up and was like, get in this fucking cop.
Just grabbed her by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah. Stone face the whole time.
He didn't shed a single tear.
No. And then writers. We got Carlton Cuse, who has done 4 episodes of The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. Wrote 37 episodes of Lost.
Lost guy.
12 episodes of Bates Motel.
Oh, I
4 episodes of Lock and Key. 7 episodes in Heaven.
The bad Key and Peele sketch after Jordan Peele left to direct. It was Lock and Key. Some guy named
so
Lock.
bad. 7 episodes of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. He's working on one that's in production right now, the TV series of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And then as far as films go, he wrote Rampage as well. 2 more writers still. Andre Fabrizio, who wrote The Prince, and he wrote the movie Vice. But
the Adam McKay one.
No, not that one. Not the Christian Bale Oscar winner one.
What?
He wrote one. It's starring Bruce Willis. It was not about vice presidents.
You got me.
Tricked you. No, it is. I don't know what it is, but I had to look at first because like there's no way the writer of the Adam McKay film Vice was the writer of this, and it wasn't. And then our last writer is Jeremy Passmore. He's wrote 4 things. One's called Special. He wrote Red Dawn, and then The Prince and Vice that Andre Fabrizio were in. I have no clue.
What are any of these?
What's a movie?
What are we doing?
What's a movie? What is this? Oh, sorry. Didn't realize there was a man on the screen.
You're daydreaming about Alexandra Daddario.
I was.
And now we can move into
like
cast.
3 years.
Because she's one of them. But first 2...
she's a cat?
She's a cat cast.
Cat.
First one is Dwayne Johnson. He's like the highest paid actor in Hollywood now, so of course he's top of the billing sheet
of all time.
He's The Rock.
He is The Rock.
A lot of
For
people
those of you
say
who
he's
don't
going to be
know.
president.
Yeah, so I'm saying maybe as soon as 2058.
I beg you people to touch grass.
What?
If you think
Talking
The
to
Rock
us?
is going to be president. No, not you guys. The people
Oh.
who think that.
Right. Couldn't
You
be
all-
us.
yeah, I
We're
mean, you
not
guys could
nerds.
do with some fresh air too, I guess.
Would be good.
Yeah.
I'd love to touch some grass. It's like frozen over or something.
So much snow outside.
I literally
It's true.
can't touch grass right now.
And then we've
He's
we've
banned.
got
God
all-
banned this state from
There-
grass.
we just had an election, like the senator election.
Oh yeah, they
the new
banned grass.
the new person that came in immediately, first thing,
It's
overturned
Republican
touching
policy
grass.
for you.
We're doing turf now everywhere.
Oh, that's
Yellowstone National Park is all turf.
Turf wars, more
and
like.
turf is like anti-trans, right?
Yeah, so it tracks. It definitely
It's
tracks.
canon for sure.
Good
It's Nick
commentary.
Cannon. Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
next on the casting list was Carla
It's spicy.
Gugino. Do you remember what Carla Gugino's been in?
Have we seen her before
Yes, we have.
on this podcast, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I don't. Is she in Liar Vampire?
No, she is the mother in Spy Kids.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she's a
Uh,
badass.
Yep.
I love Spy Kids.
Then you got Alexandra Daddario.
She was in Percy Jackson. Is that where you found her, Seth?
I found her in my dreams, in my heart.
That's right.
I think was the first time, and the second time I was like, "Whoa, real lady, that's awesome."
I
I
found her
honestly-
on some
Go ahead, Brandon.
NSFW Reddit thread.
I think the first time I
Probably.
saw her was honestly "It's Always Sunny" in the one episode she's in.
She was in an episode on that?
Charlie.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And Charlie plays her like a fiddle, and I was like, "How could you do that?" And it was my first time ever seeing it. Like, that is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, and he's just like the waitress.
Yeah, she was in Percy
She's
Jackson,
crazy.
which I saw the first one, and she was in True Detective, which I love. I think her eyes look a little weird, honestly.
Oh
No, they're beautiful.
that's like my
They're
thing.
they're like too big and green. It's like a lizard lady almost a little bit.
Nothing wrong
like-
with that.
I don't know.
It's like
she's kind of
it's
built
like
in a
so
lab.
bad. They're like too beautiful. I hate when I make too much money.
Well, I mean,
Built in a
it's-
lab.
she's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. She seems a little too perfect, and the eyes kind of take it a little over the top for me personally. She's got
He
weird
doesn't
eyes.
get it.
Lucas, did you watch that movie with me with Adam Devine where he goes into like that photo booth and then it sends him back in time and he tries to Alexandra Daddario is his best friend. He tries to like get with her and fall in love with her, but it
I
doesn't
don't-
work out.
I don't think so. Maybe we got like
Oh.
10 minutes in.
So we
I
just
was
watched
out.
Set It Up together.
Yeah, we did watch Set It Up.
Okay. After Alexandra Daddario, you got Colton Haynes, you got Eoin Gruffud, you got Archie Panjabi, Paul Giamatti, big name
Real
further
actor,
down the
there we
culture.
go.
Yeah.
I love
And
Paul Giamatti.
Hugo Johnstone Burt. It's a good cast.
Good cast.
It's put together.
And a plot. In the aftermath of a massive earthquake in California, a rescue chopper pilot makes a dangerous journey with his ex-wife across the state in order to rescue his daughter.
I don't think he signed the divorce papers ever, but yes.
No, he did.
He did not.
They were just separated.
Yeah,
An important
But-
distinction for every divorced child to make.
but she was already with another man.
It's true.
Legally?
breaking-
No,
Huh?
not legally.
Well, no, but
Not in the eyes of the Lord, Brandon.
or
Exactly.
the church, the state, or whatever. Really, any.
Either.
It's all the same thing. It's all the
Just in the
all-seeing
eyes
eye.
of The Rock, and The Rock might be able to take the Lord in a one-on-one in the octagon.
Get
So
him a 5-round
Yeah.
championship bout.
screw Adesanya Perrier. We're watching The Rock versus the Lord,
Good match.
but not Lord the singer, because that
That's
would be
bad
OP.
match.
Ugh.
You love Lord too?
Of course I do.
You're just moaning at every woman we name.
Ugh.
Carla
Horny
Gugino.
episode.
No.
She's cool. It's a
Um,
horny episode. Buckle in, folks.
and then some history for you guys. San Andreas is a 2015 American disaster film. It is named is the name of the tectonic fault line that runs through most of California. Seismologists have predicting for years that California is due for a massive earthquake caused by this particular fault. Principal photography of the film started on April 22nd of 2014 in Queensland, Australia, and wrapped up on July 28th in San Francisco. The film was released worldwide in 2D and 3D on May 29th, 2015, and it was Warner Bros. First film to be released in Dolby Cinema. In February 2016, New Line announced a sequel is in development, and its plot will reportedly focus on the Ring of Fire. The ring of volcanoes around the Pacific.
We're just not going to see that movie.
Well, if it's a sequel, we have to.
Well, I'm sure we will. But it's not going to make the air, whatever you call it. It's not going to make surface.
If it's got The Rock, it probably will. Knowing Common,
he's running for president. He's doing other shit.
Dwayne Johnson is set to reprise.
Company.
2058. Does he have a coffee cup? Oh. He does do the energy drinks, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Yeah.
They're called like Zoas.
No clue.
His Zoas, he has Terramana, which he shouted out on a rap verse. That's hilarious.
Terramana. Dwayne Johnson is set to reprise his role, while Gugino, Daddario, and Giamatti are expected to return as well. And in July of 2021, Daddario expressed her doubts that a sequel was actually happening. In December of 2021, Hiram Garcia confirmed that Warner Bros. Pictures wants a sequel, while Seven Bucks Production delayed development in favor of some other projects. My last little bit here is that the American Geosciences Institute's Earth magazine called the film dreadful and criticized it for perpetuating geologic absurdities, also pointing out that despite the notoriety of the San Andreas Fault, it is not the greatest seismic threat to the Bay Area, with the nearby Hayward Fault presenting a much bigger threat.
I think that's got to be the least offensive part of the movie, right? Like the earthquakes themselves. Who's mad about that? Like, how dare you? How dare you? It's like blackface for natural disasters, apparently, pretending there was an earthquake.
For seismologists.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Prospector.
Why are you pissed?
This can't happen.
Be mad at like the state of cinema if this is being put out there, not like
actually
the Hayward Fault is what. Maybe the sequel should be about that.
The American Geosciences Institute. I didn't hear them say anything about Morbius, so I think that's all real. And Videodrome.
He was a vampire.
Vampire.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a movie that 7 years after the fact. Now 8 years when it would maybe come out was that getting any sort of sequel.
Sure.
I hope not.
One can hope. This is a rock action, big sci-fi or special effect kind of film. So let's guess.
Guess about it.
What about it?
That was scary.
Seth, guess the budget. You can go first.
All right. So they had planes,
trains,
automobiles,
and a boat.
John Candy style. I'm trying to remember how much was Transformers again?
Like the fifth one?
Yeah.
I think it was 210 million.
Okay. I'm gonna say like 140.
Okay. Big budget.
It's in my ballpark. I'm gonna say 120.
All right.
I'll say 141.
Oh, well, it was 110.
Fuck.
Let's go. I was literally about to say one of you guys is so close. I was like, one of you guys is so.
Oh, and then you.
Stop. Nope, you're further away now. Good job, Seth.
Oh man, how does it feel to try and make me taste my own medicine and then just realize my medicine sucks?
I hate your medicine.
Yeah.
He thought he was getting oxy, so he got antidepressants.
He got his own medicine.
Oh, big news! Seth bought a Subaru today.
I did. I have a Subaru. I don't know. Are we doing a separate giveaway, or is it going in the same?
I don't know.
I'll just put in the same.
No,
I can't afford shipping for like 2 different things.
I can do shipping.
All right, cool. Then do another giveaway.
Okay.
Cool.
This time you have to rub your belly and pat your head at the same time to enter the giveaway.
And take a video and post it to TikTok and
just
tag us.
Text Brandon. We'll trust you.
I'm gonna get swarmed with texts from people I don't know.
Pedophiles.
Just don't put your number
a bunch of pedophiles and like Holocaust deniers.
Audience.
Yeah.
That's how it started, was pedophiles and Holocaust deniers.
Our audience?
Yeah.
Brandon and Devin.
Me and Devin. Yeah, if you listen to the podcast, you would know.
That's an old
Brandon denied the Holocaust.
Devin was a
and
pedophile.
was a pedophile.
No, not
He was
both me.
both those things, and also Devin was there.
Oh, and this other guy.
And Devin showed up.
This big peanut guy.
and he was just chilling. He was just like a nice guy. This big peanut guy. Good SpongeBob quote.
Thank you.
So 110 million. It's a big budget.
Okay.
Not Transformers wise, or for what it was, not Little Nicky wise or Stealth wise.
Okay, what was Little Nicky again? 160?
80 million.
80.
Cost more than both of those, yeah.
No, wasn't Stealth 140?
That Stealth was around like 90, but I'll check.
That's what I thought too.
He's gonna check.
It was expensive and bad though, so who knows?
It says
Yes.
130, so yeah.
Oh, beat it.
Damn.
Opening weekend, how much we think this made? Lucas.
$35 million.
Okay.
What are you guys
Seth?
doing?
Opening weekend 110.
110?
50.
50 and 35. One of you guys is so close. It's a 54.6.
I almost switched to 51, dang it.
Don't underestimate. You should have.
I make you go
I got
first.
burned once. I'll never do
I
it
make
again.
you go first. You go 35, and then Seth's like 50. Like 51.
Good
Change
first
it
time.
anyway.
U.S. and Canada, Seth.
Total?
Yes, of course, total.
Shut up. Hold on. I'm thinking.
You stupid bitch.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
he died.
That one was real.
Yeah,
160?
160 mil.
I'll go
He wouldn't.
210.
One of you guys
161.
is.
No, I'll go 210.
One of you guys is so close. It's 155.2.
Son of a bitch.
That's why he's the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
You're at
Rest that
3-0.
He's
I'm
on
finally
fire.
winning something, dude. It's been a long couple of weeks.
Yeah, you've been sleeping on
I'm
an
on
air
fire.
mattress. You need this win.
Don't tell them.
And lastly, look at how sad Lucas is.
No, I was like, why are you saying that?
Because he needs the win.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. I don't care if anybody knows. If it's funny, I'm willing to say
As long as
whatever.
we
I'm
don't do
not.
another a rousing round of guess how much money's in our bank accounts.
That's not even the worst thing. Seth kept saying like Mandingo Cox
I
today.
didn't. No, you said it a bunch of times, and then as soon as
Whoever
Marina
said it,
came out of a room.
apologize.
It was
Yeah,
Brandon.
Seth.
You said it like 4 or 5 times to me. Brandon's like getting in the shower, and then Marina comes back out into the living room, and he's like, "Oh yeah, will you talk to Seth for me while I'm in the shower? He keeps saying Mandingo. Insert
Cox.
word here.
It does sound like you've said it a lot, Seth, today.
Yeah, fine. That's another win for
I like
me.
that Cox
Most
is the
times
one that you're.
saying Mandingo.
I like that
Cox.
Cox was the one you're like insert word here.
I don't know why. Of all the words that I have said before.
Yeah. Lastly, we got worldwide. Lucas.
Oof.
Maybe.
600 million. Let's bring it home,
That's-
China.
Big.
And is this Mr. Worldwide?
Actually, I was
yeah.
350. That was silly. That was a silly
350.
answer.
Okay, that was silly.
We're gonna
Oh.
factor in Pitbull. Yeah.
Okay, that's good because now I can go 351 because I would have done 601. And I would have felt dumb about it, but yeah, 351, Bob.
It is 474 million. Seth is our winner.
Let's go.
Lucas
Man,
is
I
gonna
got-
need to win all the
I got
ratings.
put out.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Perfect. Down to the last minute details.
And I'm the fool.
And I'm the dad.
Brad's the dad. Seth's the winner. I'm the fool.
it's the dad, the fool, and the boy.
What a
The
turn
big
for
three.
The jester.
And
He will have
Um,
his revenge. All right.
Yeah. So it made a lot of money. I mean, US and Canada alone, it went over on a big budget. It's got The Rock. You kind of expect it's going to anyway because it's just people fanfare. So now it's tagline time. And I was working on the script earlier this week, and Seth's chilling here next to me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the best tagline because
He's been hyping him up.
Ooh.
it's just the first one.
He's
Okay.
piqued my interest.
It's so funny. It's right at the top.
All right. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. It's funny the more you read it. You should be here, Lucas. Sorry. Ever have one of those days? ... Question mark. Pray you don't.
That's good.
That's the first time a tagline has been like perfect for my monotone voice.
You ever
too.
have one of those days?
Am I
One
right?
of these days. That's
My
funny.
guys. Oh boy.
Good
All
marketing.
right. It's great marketing. We've all had one of those days.
Definitely.
Second one, dose O. Where will you be? Who will you be with? You know, this is like a dad whose daughter's going out and she's setting a curfew.
Yeah,
She's
that's
going to
right.
the school dance. When will you be home?
And then a tornado hits.
And then there's a tornado. And it's just the two brothers. Third and final tagline. San Andreas. We always knew this day would come. That one's fine.
Do we
Favorite
have any...
tagline?
Oh yeah, good idea. Definitely the first one.
That's the first thing.
Gotta
Have
be.
one of those days? No, I haven't. I don't remember the date California fell into the ocean.
But like metaphorically, your personal California that like separated
the ocean
from
of
the
the world.
mainland. Yeah. I don't know. All I can think of is like I'm quaking in my boots. Scared style.
That's good.
I kind of wasted mine. Because I forgot that I was going to do my tagline as "You make my earth quake."
Oh, yeah.
And so I
That's
wasted
good.
it on the beginning, but
That's pretty good.
All I
That's
got
pretty
is ho ho ho. San Andreas is gone. We lost him. There was an
San
earthquake.
Andreas is not
There
coming
was
to
a
town.
mistake. We can't find them.
He's been back ordered.
Oops, earthquake.
That's
Oops,
good.
all natural
Oops,
disasters.
all berries. Yeah. Cap and
We
Crunch.
did it.
Just oops, all earthquake.
Oops, all underwater now. We did it. Several great taglines, mostly with the same motif at the end there.
Yes.
Okay,
Quite.
that's tagline. It's facts time.
Fact, right?
No, we're not doing fact right.
I'm just now listening to that one.
Fault facts.
That's pretty good. I like the alliteration.
Quake facts, Quaker facts.
It's a
Could be like a
9-point
history
facts
thing.
on the Richter scale.
That's pretty good. That's clever.
It's so wordy.
Better than what I was gonna. The wordy ones are the best though. The ones where you really gotta work for whatever the hell you're saying.
Fiddly dee fiddly facts.
Yeah.
We did another one during that time too, and it was bad.
We did cock facts.
Monkey
already,
facts.
Moncury, that's
Moncury
what
was awesome.
Moncury and fiddly dee fiddly facts were bad.
That was like 2 episodes ago. Fiddly dee fiddly facts.
Of course, that's a staple.
I thought it was great. I'm proud of myself on that one.
I think
Oh, we
maybe
can
just
do fiddly facts.
No, we're not doing that again.
I think 9-point fact on the factor scale.
Factor scale facts. Just factor scale. 9.5 on the factor scale. We'll do that. For people that watch the YouTube videos, just flexing and flipping off, to really feeling yourself.
But now for people listening that know I was just acting like a crazy person in between.
It was weird. He started tweaking back here.
Tweaking
and twerking. First 9.5 on the factor scale fact is that Alexandra Daddario is 14 years younger than Dwayne Johnson, who plays her father, and 15 years younger than Carla Gugino, who plays her mother. Those are some young parents.
As an old child.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's not outrageous.
She's 29 now. So,
sorry.
She's 29 now, I believe. So if you take it back to 7 years ago, she's 22. She's playing an 18-year-old at 22. I believe she's 29 now. Or maybe she was 29 during the filming.
I think she's 40.
I
don't think she's 40. She was born in 86, so she's 36 now. So she was 29 during filming. 11 years older than the age she was supposed to be.
She's like a 20-year-old, wasn't she? Oh, maybe. Right around
She was
there.
just moving
College
to
girl.
college. She was supposed to be 18.
That's not as bad as the Liar Liar Vampire Discretion.
That's true. The one guy was like 36.
Here,
Yeah.
Playing a 17-year-old.
or anything like Dolph Lundgren and Arnold Schwarzenegger do. I feel like they always have like a 20-year age gap with
Yeah,
them.
for sure. Next fact is that director Brad Payton brought in Thomas Jordan, a USC professor and director of Southern California Earthquake Center, to fact check the script for plausibility. Though both Payton and lead actor Dwayne Johnson contend that the science portrayed in the film is accurate, Thomas Jordan was quoted as saying, in quotes, "I gave them free advice, some of which they took, but much of which they didn't. Magnitude 9s are too big for the San Andreas, and it can't produce a big tsunami."
So let me read that again. Both Payton and lead actor Dwayne Johnson contend that the science portrayed in the film is accurate. Our
That
two
is so dumb.
foremost experts
Yeah.
in the world of the San Andreas Fault.
The rock.
Why
His
did
name
they
is
need-
a rock. He is a geological feature.
He is a
He is.
geological feature.
Man, they had to cast him for
I
this.
just don't-
Construction tools.
I just don't understand any of the obsession with trying to be accurate at all scientifically with a movie like this. That should just, like Seth said, it should be the least of the concerns. How earthquakes actually work.
Except for this
Armageddon.
nerd, apparently.
Except for Thomas Jordan.
Actually, fuck you, nerd.
Pause. Hold on.
Earthquakes aren't real.
Next one. The first thing Alexandra Daddario thought of when she was auditioning for this role was how she grew up in New York City and was in Manhattan during 9/11. End quote, she said, "That was really the only thing that I related to as far as a disaster on a grand scale. It was really interesting to see on that day and in the few weeks afterwards how people came together, what they were able to do for each other."
My
Heavy stuff.
queen saying
She
the
just
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
She looked at the script and was like, 9/11.
I know it well. Yeah, to
That's
conflate the San Andreas movie to a national tragedy is really funny. Good for her.
Yeah.
This next one is Dwayne Johnson was in Budapest shooting Hercules, another movie actually produced by Flynn, when he was handed the script. And when he was handed it, he stayed up until 3:30 in the morning to read the entire script all the way through.
Probably just because he can't read all that well. Dwayne Johnson.
He was just struggling. Sandreas.
It's like 100-page script, I bet. Yeah, it took him till 3:30 in the morning. Classic.
Hey, maybe he got handed it at like 4 p.m. He read for 11 hours straight.
The script
Yeah,
is mostly just. It's got to be mostly like stage direction, right? And just
mostly pictures to
insert
The Rock.
explosion noise. Yeah.
They handed him a picture
Whoa.
book.
I'm gonna fly through that. I could do that.
They
I
just
could beat
shook
that
his
guy
room
up.
and he said he read the script.
he felt one shake and he was like, he had turbulence on an airplane. He was like, "Is that the San Andreas fault?"
He claimed it.
Is that the fault of '87?
He claimed that. Him and director Brad Payton claimed that they were at the San Andreas fault when they felt turbulence on the airplane. And USC professor Thomas Jordan was like, "No, it was just an airplane, you guys."
It's regular turbulence. That was the Hayward fault turbulence you felt.
Oh yeah, you guys are gravely mistaken here.
Idiots.
Next one. On May 29th, 2015, at 10:23 p.m., the same day the film opened in theaters, a magnitude 3.8 earthquake was reported near Indio, California.
That's some guerrilla marketing. That's crazy.
Yeah, they set a bomb off.
Like deep under, like an atomic bomb underground. That'll get them.
Get ready for this one, boy.
It's like murdering somebody for your like horror movie screening.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they killed all those chickens last week.
Yeah, just like
Very
that.
Cool.
Next, Alexandra Daddario only
Yeah.
called Dwayne Johnson The Rock when talking to others during filming.
That's all I have him in as my notes as. I don't know.
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
character's
I
name.
really-
Ray, was it?
Raymond, yeah.
Do you think anybody
Raymond.
in his life calls him
Dwayne?
Dwayne?
Hey,
God,
Dwayne.
Dad,
I feel like his nickname would just be Rock, even with his friends,
his children. Hey,
What up,
Rock.
Boulder?
his children. They'd probably call him Dad.
I wouldn't think so.
Doesn't check out.
Hey, Rock.
Rack.
Hey, Rat. It's me and the rat. Next one. Dwayne Johnson and Alexandra Daddario, who play father and daughter in this film, would later play co-workers, both being lifeguards in the film Baywatch in 2017. Sounds like something Seth would have watched by now.
Sounds like something I should have watched. I feel extra creepy
because you're such a big Rock fan
in this video. I love The Rock.
You hate how creepy your mustache is?
Yeah, it looks creepy in the video. It's just long.
This is usually the longest my facial hair gets. Then I shave it. Penultimate 9.5 on the factor scale fact is that the movie Earthquake is said to be a 9.6, the largest ever recorded. In 1960, the Valdivia earthquake has been reported with a range of 9.4 to 9.6, although the USGS in 2016 upgraded the magnitude to 9.5, while Chile still reports it at 9.6. So at the time of the movie, the Valdivia quake was reported as 9.6, which meant the movie's quake was tied as the strongest earthquake and not the strongest ever recorded.
Would have been a crazy place to be, I bet.
Yeah, in the middle of a 9.6 earthquake, I can only imagine.
Pretty lit
just
up
put
in
yourself
there.
in their shoes, man.
I'm going to say right now, in 1960 in Chile, they were not super lit Bay fam.
Yeah, I don't think... I got big feet. I wouldn't fit in their shoes.
That shit was busting for real, for real.
Isn't that the rub?
They were all touching grass over there. And
you want to put yourself in their shoes, but your feet are too big.
Yeah.
And this is America. And this last one is our awards. The
How could this have possibly won an award? Yeah, go ahead.
Golden Schmoes, best TNA of the year, Alexandra Daddario.
Did it win?
Nominee, no, it didn't.
Boo.
MTV Movie Awards, best action performance, nominee for Dwayne Johnson, and best MTV Movie Award for best hero. He was also nominated but didn't win. Teen Choice Awards.
What was MTV up to?
Teen Choice Awards nominee, Teen Choice Movie Action, nominee for Choice Movie Actress, Alexandra Daddario, and nominee for Choice Summer Movie Star, Dwayne Johnson. But no wins still. Visual Effects Society Awards, outstanding visual effects in a photoreal feature, outstanding compositing in a photoreal feature, outstanding effect simulations, and outstanding effect simulations in... Those are the same thing. Anyway, it didn't win really anything. It did win Best Film Music at the BMI Film and TV Awards, though.
What the hell is that?
And it won Domestic Feature Film Award
Moving on.
at SOCAN Awards. I have no clue what either of those are.
Good awards.
I knew Teen Choice and fucking like MTV would have it in there.
Oh yeah, it's The Rock. Or Dwayne or whatever.
Those awards
Mr. Johnson.
really favor the Fast
Mr.
and
Johnson
Furious
and me
movies, the Fast franchise, Fast 10-year seatbelts.
That's pretty good.
That's the 10th.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
It's Fast X.
Fast Facts.
I can't believe they went to space in the last movie.
Oh my God, what?
You didn't know that?
I think I tried to forget.
It's crazy.
I haven't seen. I saw like the first one, and then I just got too tough for me.
I think I've seen the first 5, maybe the 6th. Seen quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh God.
So that's the end of our 9.5 on the factor scale facts. So we can get into the movie.
Let's get into the movie. Ah!
Oh my God. Did Nicole Kidman get him?
Oh, it's an earth. Oh, that's probably going to be a nightmare to edit. Like, maybe he didn't hit the mic or anything.
It's an earthquake.
What the hell?
But why would you do that?
What was that?
That was his microphone.
Oh.
He picked it up and started shaking it.
Didn't
That's
do that.
awesome.
There was an earthquake.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Didn't you see the earthquake grab his microphone and shake it?
Nicole, quit stomping your feet. You're
Oh,
causing
the
an earthquake. You're too strong.
Oh no. What if Nicole died this episode?
That's a great nickname.
The Earthquake?
Nicole the Earthquake Kidman.
Because she rocks your world?
Yes.
She the rocks your world.
She the rocks my
She
world.
devastates poor communities.
Because she doesn't let them watch movies in peace.
That's what it is.
Destroys their foundations of their buildings.
Metaphorically.
and literally.
And
Her
literally.
limbs.
Her limbs?
She's just walking around, just flailing her limbs, knocking down third world country homes.
She's not here knocking down buildings. She's knocking down huts somewhere.
Yeah,
she picks on the poor.
What is this, clay? Just pours water on everything.
No, she just swings her limbs.
Creates
Wacky.
tsunamis.
She's an
Wacky
actual
inflatable arm tube man, but it's
So I've been
Nicole
trying to
Kidman.
tell you.
We've been warning you guys for months.
You guys think she's an actress. She's actually a sort of demon entity.
Whatever she is, I'll not have what she's having.
Hey.
Don't encourage me anymore.
And she's having Alexandra Daddario.
Wait.
Hold up this demon thing. You sounded pretty good
I
now.
love demons, actually.
Okay. Movie.
Movie.
Intro. Skirt. Intro had a little heart necklace floating around as, credits roll and whatnot.
My necklace.
And you cut to the San Fernando Valley, 16 miles north of LA. A girl's driving on some windy hills on this mountain and just not paying attention to the road at all. Seth was immediately like, look at the fucking road.
Yeah, that was definitely just the director fucking with you for a little bit.
I kind of like that tension a little bit. Yeah.
I put it looks like she's going to be hit by a car any second. And my next one was, oh shit, they did not have to do her like that right out the gate.
I was laughing throughout that whole scene.
Because there's a rock slide, which is
a landslide.
To the
Dwayne Johnson comes sliding out.
the rock slide.
There's 90 of them.
He just falls down and pushes her car off the mountain, and then comes back in the helicopter to be the hero.
Have you seen that?
How did this woman get down here?
That frame from Black Adam. Have you seen the trailer for that yet? That he's in. There's one screenshot of it while he's flying through the air. His hands are at his side, but the angle of the camera, his head looks fucking huge.
His head is huge.
I know, but it looks like a toddler looking out, asking their mom for snacks. The way I'll have to send it to you or something. It's so funny.
It's the way Louis looks at you when you're eating.
Yeah, imagine if Louis' head was twice the size.
Yeah, they did not have to do her like that. A little landslide hits her. She goes flying over the cliffs, just getting smashed to pieces. She should have died. There was so much trauma. But she falls over the edge of this cliff and is supported by a tree holding her or something, wedged in there. Which means you got to bring in a helicopter rescue crew with a news crew in the helicopter with them as well. Reporting
this story.
Reporting the heroics of Raymond Gaines, Chief Gaines. Immediately was is his name really Chief Gaines? Bad.
That's funny. He's a veteran rescuer. Between Afghanistan and LAPD, he's rescued over 600 people, which seems impossible.
And he's so serious about his job. He's like, I'm just here to do my job, lady.
That's kind of the essence of The Rock's character in all of his
movies. My God. Show that to the screen.
I'll just send it to the group chat.
The Rock photo's bad. Well, he's so serious, and he's like, we're going to tip the hat to rescue the girl, because it's a very narrow, canyon. Tipping the hat was just inverting and going nuts in that helicopter.
Some crazy helicopter maneuvers, which
impossible shit.
Exactly. I think the helicopter would have crashed immediately.
There you go, viewers. Look at his fucking head.
Yeah, he's going crazy, and he will not take no for an answer. He's like, I'm going to do this. And this rescuer, Joby, he goes down to save the girl. But as he's trying to stabilize the car to get her out, it slides over his arm. And they're just fucked because they can't pull out now because he's stuck under the car, which is yanking the helicopter down. So Rock's like, I'm going in.
They're also running out of gas, too. The engine's going to blow up.
Did they say that before they went down there?
No.
About the whole like 5-minute time limit? I feel
Nope.
like that came out of nowhere. They're like, oh, by the way, there's like 5 minutes.
Or we all die.
Or we all die. Like, why? They were in the red. Okay.
They're in the
Why?
red.
Well, yeah, why are you in the why did it happen so
Lady
fast?
in red? Yeah. That was dumb. That was really dumb.
But he's like, you know what? You stabilize it here. I'm going down. Even if it means I'm staying behind. God damn, Lucas.
Be ready to cut the line.
Yeah, be ready. I'll stay behind if needed. But
Love
don't worry.
Always on time.
He saves her and Joby so fast, and they get the fuck. Like, he literally goes down and he's like, here, grab me. She grabs on, sends her right up. They're like, we're good to go.
He also, doesn't he rip the door off of the fucking car to get in there?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Classic Rock fashion.
He didn't even try to open it regular at first. He was just like, well, that probably won't work. I'm just going to rip it off.
Grab the hinges.
Yeah.
I think this is also like one of the very few Rock movies I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen one before. I might have seen scenes from like the Tooth Fairy or something like this. And it's very apparent that this is like, oh my God, this guy just cannot act. He can't do it. His face can't morph into different. It's a lot like the female. Yeah, it's like the female lead of Birdemic 2, where she just could not produce other emotions with her face. It just like doesn't move in the movie. It's a strange phenomenon. I'm sure they do. He's really large. His face doesn't move.
Charismatic.
I can't tell.
Well, they don't want somebody too scary.
You can't tell when he's sad or angry or thinking. That's why his script is in pictures. I don't know. It's just like, oh, I was just like, that was my note here. Like, oh my God, we've arrived at The Rock, and he can't do shit.
He can
jump around.
Jump around. He's only got the one character he can do. Really serious, strong guy.
Yeah. Who?
You ever watch The Game Plan?
He's a serious, strong guy in that. Exactly. It kind of is funny when he's like with a little girl, I guess.
Yeah, it's more in that it's not because he's being funny. It's the juxtaposition of him doing girly things. It's like a 7-foot
it's literally
Adonis of a man.
He was literally the new Vin Diesel, basically. Like, they all do the same. So when in the Fast and Furious, when it's Vin Diesel versus The Rock in scenes where it's like, you know, it's best on best. It's like, oh, we're seeing the two of the same guys go at each other. Because, like, the same thing goes with Vin Diesel and The Pacifier, where it's like, oh, it's him with some kids, and he has to do dances and whatnot.
Yeah, all right.
It's a note. Yeah, I think they're contemporaries. You're right, Brandon.
Yeah. Well, that whole thing.
Tell them that. They hate
you.
You.
Just shout it.
They'll eat your face.
Because they're so high up the ground.
That's right.
That whole thing kind of sets the groundwork for The Rock's heroics. Nice.
Groundwork.
I didn't even mean to.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
We have also a big shot here. It's a drone shot, which pissed me off over the Hoover Dam, because it's a helicopter movie. Do a helicopter shot. The drone shot looks worse than a helicopter shot, in my opinion. I don't know.
Is a helicopter shot just like a little shake here?
No, you could like. I mean, you can actually like do camera movements and hold. The drone is really dependent on where the drone itself goes. I don't know. I feel like I can see the difference.
All right.
It's more cinematic, I feel like. You're more in control with the helicopter.
You've got plenty of helicopters. Like, use them.
You got at least one.
You cut to Paul Giamatti teaching a college class about geography.
It's not a helicopter movie. It's an earthquake movie.
It's a pretty heavy helicopter.
You cut to Paul Giamatti teaching some college class about geography and the science of earthquakes. And everybody in the class, like, they've never heard of an earthquake before. All like, could this happen to us? Yes, you live in California.
Was one last week. Yeah,
he's like teaching a master's class
on earthquakes.
He's like, science will prove that
it'll
happen.
602.
Earthquake 602.
The ground shakes sometimes. What?
Could this happen again, or is it just those 2 or 3 separate isolated incidents? Oh, I got news for you. You came to the right class, and you have the right questions.
We have a history of 8 trillion earthquakes that have happened in the history of the earth. There are 90 that happen. There are 90 that happen a day.
Paul Giamatti's going around all the desks shaking them. They get the fucking shit scared out of them.
Like, what the hell? Is that an earthquake?
Is that it?
It's active learning. I'm
exposure therapy.
Here.
I'm just seeing how well prepared you were. Paul Giamatti's great. One of my favorites.
Love him.
And he
all time.
even in this, I appreciate that he gives it his all and gives like a real scared, geologist performance when he could have just cashed the check. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was great.
Respect.
Well,
he almost saved the movie.
Nearly.
Well, he has this worker Kim with him. They're studying basically magnetic rates to see if they can predict when an earthquake is about to happen. And Kim comes in, tells them that mini quakes are happening in Nevada by the Hoover Dam, but it's not on a fault line. So they're like, well, that's weird. So they're going to go over there and explore it with their magnetic rates.
Cool.
You get some science behind it. And now The Rock is talking to his daughter, who just has to be introduced in a bikini. You punch in the air?
No.
And she's in like a mansion as well.
She is in a mansion. And he wants to have dinner with her, but she's so busy with her own life. She's getting dinner with Daniel. You're like, oh, is that?
Fuck you, Daniel.
Did you marry me for my treasure, Daniel?
What are we doing, skateboard kid?
You marry me for my earthquake, Daniel?
You make my earthquake, Dan.
All I know about Skateboard Kid is that it ends the same way Mel does, which I appreciate the Mel ending.
I think it'd be a good, not a sequel to Mel, obviously, but a good,
a companion piece.
A good rom-com film.
Thank you. I couldn't think of a good word for it. A good rom-com.
For a rom-com.
A boy and his skateboard. That's probably a tagline.
But yeah, you're like, who's Daniel? Is that a new,
Yeah.
Is that a boyfriend or something? And you see that as he's talking to her on the phone, she's like, hey, I'm going to college. I want my bike key, stuff like that. And he's looking through the mail, and he's got divorce papers. And you can tell that he's missing his daughter, his life. So he has a moment looking for his daughter's bike key to bring to her and looking at all the old family photos that she has hidden in her room.
He's just
sad stuff. It's kind of
giggling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he doesn't. Yeah, he might as well be giggling. He doesn't really show that it's sad. And I was gonna say, Brandon, if you cried in this movie, I would be personally offended if you teared up in this movie.
So I dropped my headphones for a second. I only heard cry in this movie. Were you saying that
if you cried, he would have been really mad at you?
I told Seth at the very beginning, do you think I cry in this film?
So there's always a chance, but probably not.
You'll have to wait to find out.
You'll have to wait to find out, which means yes.
So he looks through those photos, yada, yada, yada. Now that we're at the Hoover Dam, and their prediction methods, watching the magnetic rates actually work, showing that they can predict earthquakes. But just then, a huge seismic spike occurs with a 7.1 magnitude earthquake, and the Hoover Dam is just cracking.
Which kind of, in theory, means you can predict the earthquakes, but you have half a second to use that information. Because it's coming right away.
Especially if it's a super strong one. You're like, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Oh, God.
I know, because my note here is Giamatti has to lead a retreat off of the Hoover Dam.
He does. Yeah, everyone's just hanging out up there, seeing the site and whatnot. And Kim's like,
get the fuck off the dam.
Do you steal me from my treasure dam? But Kim's
Skateboard
inside.
Kid.
We should do that.
He's like, like a rom-com film. There's a boy and a skateboard.
Like a tagline.
A 3 kids and their turtle kind of movie.
Ooh.
There were only 2 kids.
Oh yeah.
There are 3.
I mean, I guess the other girl, but she wasn't one of the grandkids.
Brandon doesn't see women as people.
Whoa, fuck!
Right.
I was counting Mel as the third. he was the other kid.
I got a goddamn turtle before I count a woman. What are you talking about?
Goddamn turtle before I count a woman as a human being.
Sorry. Tells a lot about him.
Kim's
Brandon
inside.
Loves women. Maybe a little too much.
You got fucking good.
It's a joke. Brandon respects and loves women. My note here is there's going to be a lot of shaky running and talks of the Richter scale in this movie. Is my prediction.
Yeah, the Richter scale is the new G-force, essentially.
Yeah,
they should have just called it the Rochter scale.
Should have called it the Rochter scale. Got way too meta with this.
Kim's inside the dam too. He's like, you got to get out of there. Let's go. And so they're like running. Kim makes it out, but he just had to be a hero and save this little girl. Like, little girl, I even said something like, natural selection, she's gone.
Oh, we're just stealing quotes.
Oh, goddamn. Cracks under the pressure, but he saves her. But like the fault cracks like right under him. I was like, please don't throw the girl.
And he throws her, but not far enough. She gets impaled.
No.
Oh.
She lands in Paul Giamatti's arms, basically, but he gets impaled.
On his foot.
Right
with
through
arms
his foot.
wide open.
With a not sharp pipe.
Not at all.
Yeah, he was like he was almost eager to die. He's like, I'm gonna look so fucking badass.
But don't look at me.
Yeah, well, he was talking to a little girl. He's like, close your eyes. And then he almost like puts his hands up and is like, take me, God. He didn't even try to save himself.
My note here is bye-bye Kim and bye-bye Damn.
Bye, bye, bye.
So that happened. And now you get
back.
So that happened.
Yeah.
Remember one of those days?
Yeah.
He did have one of those days that day.
I wish this
really
movie had
do be having one of those days.
Or that sort of tone. It's more sort of a Dazed and Confused vibe too. That would be nice.
That would have been nice, honestly. If they were just like living their lives.
If a lot of movies just have a Dazed and Confused kind of vibe, a lot of them would be better.
That always makes me laugh. What was that movie criticism for?
Without
Clifford,
Clifford.
Red Dog.
A movie
That's right.
should be bringing parallels to it all.
It gets me every time too. Because I don't realize how stupid I sound.
No, but you're
like,
absolutely right.
I know, but I'm right with everything that's a bad movie. I was like, oh, if this was a different movie, it would have been awesome. If I hadn't watched this and instead watched Dazed and Confused, it would have been a great movie.
With a big red dog in it, yeah.
You're watching Stealth and you're like, God, if this were Pulp Fiction, this would be way better.
I wish this plane was like struggling with his decision to play for the football team next year instead of blowing up North Korea or whatever.
It was such a genuine, sincere criticism.
Oh,
I was dead serious for the first time in like 26 episodes.
It's like, wow, this would have been way better than the Dazed and Confused by what? Where did you come to this conclusion?
I love it.
During the movie, I'd come to that conclusion. I was like, I'm going to bring this up.
Waiting.
I thought I was a genius.
So you had hours to think about what you
had hours to not say it.
That's right.
So The Rock is at the mom and Daniel's place. He finds out she's moving in with Daniel. This is her new boyfriend or whatever, and he's going to be missing out on the chance to bring Blake, Alexandra Daddario, to college because of this earthquake and having to leave tomorrow. And, Daniel, he's like, I'll be the hero, basically. I'll take her to school and then help mom move in with me. But you get a scene of them heading towards school, and it was like he was supposed to be driving her, but then they're in just some private jet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just hanging out up in the sky.
I think he's like flying her to her college, basically. Because he's a big rich architect.
He is. He's all about architecture. And while they're on the plane, he just wants to let her know that he won't try and replace Raymond in her life. And Seth is like, she's 18.
Yeah, that's like if your parents get divorced and you're like 9 years old and you're having that talk, that's one thing. But like, she's leaving. She's grown.
An adult.
Of course, you're not going to replace her dad. Like, you're not raising her. You don't have to focus. Really, she's old enough where like it's not really important. The kids aren't like a big deal. You're not raising her. It's more just like, oh, you're like that guy my mom's shagging. People love that word. It was silly.
But yeah, he's all about architecture. He's building a building in San Francisco, and he talks about how strong and tall it is. It's like the best in San Francisco, and you're cut to San Francisco, and Blake is at his architecture firm and meets some British guy. His name's Ben in the lobby, and you can already tell something's gonna happen. Seth was immediately like, "You better not fall in love with this guy.
His little brother's so cute.
This bloke.
This is actually a really ugly boy.
The little brother, Ollie, or Ben?
No, Ben's pretty good looking. Ollie's a little ugly turd.
It's like 12.
Yeah.
Give him a second. He's going through puberty.
Give him a minute. I hope he improves.
Well, now you see Paul Giamatti. He's being interviewed at work about the Nevada incident when some of his workers come in and say that there's been a lot of activity along the San Andreas Fault. much stronger than what had happened at the Hoover Dam, and it's going to affect everyone along the fault. It's like making some. He was like, oh, if this connects to here, and then this line connects to here, this makes this the region.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That missed me a little bit.
It's basically just a series of earthquakes are going to erupt or whatever all across the San Andreas line from LA all the way up to San Francisco.
From California to California.
Yeah. He's saying there's a new fault line.
Yeah. It ran like the Colorado River, which is a deformity.
Oh, yeah, that was the Hoover Dam fault line.
Yeah.
That scene made me laugh because he's drawn on the map. He's like, oh, it's like it's all clicking in his head, and he's going up the Colorado River. Like a lot of these deformations means like tectonic plates. Like it means they're right next to each other. That's how they're formed. And then he just like out of nowhere just draws a line wherever the fuck he wanted to with no explanation.
Yeah, it was
like it's probably over here.
It was like following the river. He had a line of San Andreas, and it followed the river.
And then he just connected the dots. He's like, that's gotta be it.
Doing.
We're gonna sink into the ocean.
Well,
all right.
You cut back to San Fran. Ben, the British guy, is just a blubbering buffoon. But the little brother's the ultimate wingman trying to get Blake's number.
So charming.
And you see Emma, the mother. She's at lunch in L.A. Talking with Susan, some girl. And this is a weird scene because Susan was very angry the whole time. She's like, waitress, you come back in a couple minutes. All right, now talk to me about your dead child.
Did we miss something here? Was there a reason?
Yeah, no, I think it's just bad filmmaking.
Okay, I thought that maybe Brandon and I were typing and missed the beginning of the scene that had some key information. Okay.
Just, waitress, you come back. Talk to me about your dead child.
Oh, I don't know why she was even talking to her in the first place.
Well, no, we don't have no clue.
We don't know who this woman was.
No.
Her name was Susan.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, they're there. They're having lunch.
In the specials?
I would love to hear the specials. Oh, fuck you, Larissa.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
They're eating in this, like, high skyline restaurant or whatever. When an earthquake erupts in LA, she was on the phone with Raymond when it happens, and he tells everyone to get to the roof so that he can rescue them because he was in a helicopter. And these earthquakes heading straight towards San Fran, where Blake is at. And it happens, they're in a limo, like driving through a parking garage, and she almost dies when the garage collapses in on the car that she's in.
They almost always die.
They always almost die. And my note here is damn Daniel.
Damn Daniel.
Yeah.
Because he abandoned his stepdaughter, his role of a stepdaughter.
I'll get help. You wait here, even though you can't move. Just straight up leaves. He was more upset about losing his shoe than his to-be stepdaughter.
That was fucking stupid. He was traumatized losing his shoe.
Yeah.
He couldn't hear people talking to him. How does shoe land on top of the rubble, by the way?
That's
it was seated perfectly. It was like shoe shine and everything.
Yeah. It's got a spotlight.
But you're back in LA. Some really good shots of the city and like the ground like dropping underneath it as the earthquake happens. Like you can see it start to kind of like move and wobble. But then it was ruined by a fucking crash zoom into like the skyline. I was like, you didn't need that. And then with any disaster movie in LA, you have to see the Hollywood sign being destroyed.
Yep, that is classic.
And Emma is trying to get to the roof. Susan's like, no, we got to go this way. She's like, no, Raymond told me to get to the roof. And she's like, Susan, come here. Susan opens this door. She just falls like 100 stories.
I did laugh at that. And there's a guy hanging on to this like lamppost, and then he falls. And then Emma just sort of like closes the door behind her. And she's like, yeah.
Ooh.
She's that just happened.
That'll be a no for me.
He's having one of those days.
Yeah, on second thought, I don't want to see the specials.
So dumb.
God.
But yeah, so she makes it up to the roof. But as she does, everything collapses beneath her. She falls like 4 stories, like crashing into the ground, like smashing her head after every one. And she's like barely hanging on too. And she gets to the roof when Raymond comes to rescue her. But now the building's catching on fire.
and everything's shaking. We mentioned there's an earthquake going on.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Have we mentioned?
And I saw him like lowering like the net harness, whatever it is, thing to rescue people, and I was like, she's clearly gonna have to jump from the building into the net, like.
Oh yeah.
And
at the last second.
Yeah, the whole building crashes next to them, and she has to run to beat the shockwave of all the dust and jump into the net, and she's barely hanging on. And this is where the Rock grabs her arm and just fucking throws her into the helicopter.
He's so ripped. He's too big. He's too big to be in good movies, I think. Like, I think if he's the lead actor, he's just simply too large.
It's fair.
Yeah, he could be like a henchman or a villain, but as the lead, like, main guy you relate to, you just can't. That's not a person I can look and see myself inside of. Because that is a Rock.
That's fair.
You see yourself inside of a lot of men, Lucas?
Yeah, I can relate to a lot of leading men. Say so. See myself in Chalamet. See myself in Gosling. I could see myself in a lot of men. The Rock? No.
Lucas, John Cena, maybe?
Not John Cena.
That's a good one.
That joke was for Brandon, and Brandon alone.
And the listeners, if they really want to hear.
Nah.
No, they don't. It's a weird dream I had about John Cena.
Nice.
Another wrestler. But he gets her out. They're flying away. And you go back to Blake. She's trapped in the car with her leg stuck when she calls her dad to get help. And the parents are on their way. And instead of Daniel coming back to save her, it's Ben and Ollie, the British
Ben
duo.
Taylor.
Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he comes back to rescue her, frees her from the car with all of his automotive knowledge.
Yeah, that was pretty nifty of him. He almost got her off with a lever system and then used a jack to get her up.
Yeah, and then he slashed all the tires to create more leverage to get her out.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's a smart guy, but you go back to Giamatti's lab and they find that pulse rates did not diminish the earthquakes along the fault. And so this is only the beginning. That the earthquake in San Fran was actually just a shockwave of it, and it caused that much devastation. So like, be prepared, it's going to get worse. All the time, you know?
Relatable.
When you think it's an earthquake, but really it's a shockwave.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling when I kind of a side note, I thought those guys knowing about architecture was going to come in handy more often, or like be more not integral to the plot per se, but kind of help. Yeah, like when they're traversing things, like he's like, "Oh, I know how this building, like I know the layout of it." Yeah, watch out for that beam. It seemed like he knew like things about leverage and the way that structures are set up, and that's how he got her out of the car. And then the rest of the movie, he's just like dumb.
This building has a triangle framework that's the strongest shape to build with. We need to get here.
Yeah, that was Dwayne seemed to know more.
I know.
Yeah,
he knew everything.
He didn't even say that. He was just like triangle of life. I think that was all he said, to be honest. Just lean onto something sturdy. I don't know. Nothing is sturdy. It's falling. Whatever.
So we're in San Fran, and Daniel's running the streets. He's a little scared little bitch with one shoe on. And
is that true, Dan?
One of the buildings collapses right behind him after another shockwave, and shockwave's coming at him, and he sees this man hiding behind this little corner.
Yeah.
And he walks over to him, grabs the man, throws him into the shockwave, and takes his hiding spot. Like, what a fucking douche.
Oh.
There was definitely room.
He's a villain. It's playing up the stepfather, the step family as like a villain trope.
And they're really just I think it's dumb. And I think they're really just trying to justify killing this guy later with like abandoning his stepdaughter and killing a guy.
Which also pushes the Ray Emma relationship back together if Daniel's completely out of the picture for evil tendencies or being dead.
See, I liked how they did it in 2012.
Okay.
You guys have seen that, right?
Mm-hmm.
John Cusack. Like the stepdad's like super nice guy. Everybody likes him. The kids like him. The mom's nice. John Cusack eventually is like, you know what? Thanks, you're a cool dude. Gets grinded up in some gears. Dies. They don't talk about it afterwards.
That's life.
Yeah, they didn't make him evil. They're
Shot
like,
down in May.
Shot down in May.
So Ray and Emma are on their way to San Fran to save Blake, and they're having a peaceful flight to San Francisco over some farmland. They're reconnecting.
They got a plane, right?
No, they're still in the helicopter right now,
never mind.
and the engine goes out in the helicopter. So the Rock's like, I'm gonna crash it into this mall, and he does.
In an auto manual rotate.
He does. They live. They take a hard hit, but this people in Bakersfield are looting this mall like crazy in the mayhem.
They love it.
And they're like, well, everybody's looting. We need to get a vehicle to get out of here. We see this truck with the door open. It's already been hot wired. So like, well, we're going to take it again. And as they're about to take it, this guy pulls a gun on him. And Rock just turns around and just fucking bashes this guy's brains in.
Steals the gun. Yeah.
Like one hits him.
Like one of those stupid self-defense videos you see.
Bah.
Where he's like, what you do here is you dodge the first bullet. Grab him by the neck. Eat his heart. I don't know. Because he didn't have the stomach. And
after
the
you
Rock
eat his
gambled.
heart, you dodge the second bullet. Take the third in the leg.
After you eat his heart, dodge the second bullet.
Take the third in the leg. Stay captive for months. Earn his trust. Marry him. Push him on the ground. Then take over.
That's a 17-step plan. 13-step plan to hotwire truck.
But yeah, so they steal this truck. They're on the road.
It's a plan, not a how-to guide.
And Giamatti is able to get on the news, tells everyone that what happened in San Francisco was just was what was passed on from LA. The fault there hasn't shifted yet, and everyone should be prepared for a 9.5 earthquake in San Francisco. And on this drive to San Francisco, Emma and Ray argue about their dead daughter and whose fault it was.
So funny.
I don't know. The Rock doesn't emote again. That's my note.
He's too serious. He's too somber,
It was weird because like he looked at like the family photo in her like dresser at the beginning, didn't realize that there was a dead daughter there. They talked about it very shortly at that lunch, didn't realize there was still like a dead daughter. Like it didn't click. And then I was like, now they're fighting over a dead daughter that drowned? I was like...
It was more like, she was like, why were you so weird about it? I forgave you. And he was like, I couldn't go back to normal. And she was like, okay, classic sad dad guy. And they just stopped talking and steal a plane or something.
Steal a plane.
Yeah, because they're driving and these old people are like, yo, you got to stop. Because the road is the fault, basically. You can see it's shifted. There's a giant divot in the ground, a ravine in the ground, and so they stop and they go back to the old people, and he notices on the old guy's hat. He's like, "Whoa, you an aviator or something?" I can't remember what it said, but he's like, "Here, let me show you my plane." Yeah. So they trade a plane for his truck.
With that, because they set it up that they were talking with these guys for a while.
I'm taking one outside.
Cat.
And then The Rock goes, hey, where'd you get that hat? And then we don't flash back to the hat. Like we were supposed to be paying attention to this random old guy's hat the whole time. And we don't learn that there was like a plane on the hat until like 2 minutes later. It was just like a sad storytelling note.
Nothing that you could have told. But yeah, he gets this old man's plane. They get the truck. They trade off. Not the best trade for the old man, but okay.
And no truck here.
The Rock then in the plane opens up about how Mallory, their daughter, died in a rafting trip. She drowned. He wasn't able to save her. And then he didn't know how to still live with Emma and Blake in his life for his actions.
Did you cry here?
I did not cry.
Have you brought up that it's weird there was a flashback of her dying?
Yeah. I don't know if it caught in my audio, but Seth said, find it weird that there's a or a flashback of her drowning.
I mean,
it's pretty morbid.
They were trying to play up the emotions for The Rock, and I think they failed.
Why? Because he can't emote or something?
Well, because you who cry, like when the doorbell rings when The Rock is talking about losing his children.
So I don't cry when the doorbell rings.
You definitely do. But I just don't think if you couldn't cry at this, then who could?
That's true. Well, Blake sees that the place her dad was going to pick her up when they called, he was like, you got to go to this building that we used to be in. It's a high ground. I'll pick you up there. It's surrounded by fire. So they have to find a plan B, her, Ben, and Ollie. And they're going to go to Nob Hill.
Tallest place in San Fran.
Yeah. And Ray and Emma, they're closing in on the plane, but they find they can't land in the airport. Everything's on fire in the airport. Yeah. So they're like,
because it's like mass earthquakes, they can't land literally anywhere, period, because the earth is all craggly.
Yeah. So The Rock's like, well, I see AT&T Stadium over there. We're going to skydive into it.
They got some good marketing out of this. They said AT&T Stadium a lot.
They get everyone stand at the side of AT&T Stadium. Get by this wall on AT&T
Totally.
Stadium.
That's kind of was like
that, and the Citibank Skyline building had a lot of shots of Citi. Yeah. But so they skydive out of the plane, land in it. They abandon the plane, which is just going to crash into the water eventually. And when they land there, San Francisco's finally being hit. And The Rock is saving everyone's lives. Ben gets like glass stuck in his leg. And Giamatti and the news reporter, they hide under a desk together. And they like share this look. I thought they were about to kiss or something.
That sort of look that, we might die.
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Type look, yeah. Understandable.
One of the things that I said was like they landed in the middle of the baseball field. There's nothing around them for such a far away. Like if they just waited in the baseball field, they would be totally safe until this earthquake passed.
Yeah, there's a lot of open space.
And well, they don't.
They have to get to the side. Get to the side.
Get to the side of AT&T Stadium now. This sturdy wall of AT&T Stadium will save you.
Triangle of life.
And with this, The Rock realizes that there's no way to get to Blake except one way, by water.
Yeah, they've gone every other mode of transportation.
So they steal a speedboat, they hotwire a boat, and they're off. And he sees the original rescue point is on fire, and he knows, she's headed somewhere else. She wouldn't be there. He just has to figure out where she's going. But as he looks around, the tides are changing.
Ruh-roh. That's a good metaphor.
The tides are changing? Yeah.
Because there's a literal tsunami.
The whole time I was like, the Golden Gate Bridge has to be destroyed in this film, right? Like,
yeah,
there's no way it makes
take
it
this long.
But yeah, a tsunami is forming, and what he has to do is race a tidal wave.
Go up it.
Yes, he's got to go in the direction it's coming before it crests. And he gets to the top, but as he makes it to the top, a cargo ship is coming down on him. They narrowly avoid the propellers and all that, all the crates dropping.
Yeah, and then that big giant cargo ship smashes. Probably the best shot of the movie, I would imagine, into the Golden Gate Bridge.
Destroys the bridge. One of the cargo crates falls and crushes Daniel as well, so you get that
I was mad about
poetic justice. You were mad that that's the way he died?
Yeah, because they sort of were building it up that The Rock is like, I'm going to kill you when I see you. And then the mom was like, if I ever see you, I'm going to murder you. So we were kind of robbed of this sort of cool revenge confrontation by him just being smashed by a box randomly.
Yeah.
Don't you want to see like Rock go up to him and be like, you left my daughter? And the wife goes, I'll handle this, and just rips him apart.
That could have been really cool. Or at least like him like dying more earthquake related ways, like if he had like like the ground opens up and he falls into it or something.
I just think that they needed the family to be there in some way to get to that last sort of conflict.
The complete poetic justice of it all, yeah.
Yeah, him just dying randomly, we don't get a whole lot.
Well, he gets crushed, and now you get to see like all of San Francisco flooding. There's a weird like minute montage of just seeing like other people, just like random people dying in the city. It's like, oh, these people, like these old couple hug each other as they drown to death. Oh, this traffic cop is getting crushed by a building. Sweet.
The
Thanks,
stakes are pretty high. This movie.
But everyone's dying. And wait, where's my note? Oh, there it is. Blake and the Brits are heading to Daniel's building because the tsunami's coming in. They're like, I know this is a tall, sturdy building. We need to be higher than a tsunami, but they still get hit by it. and must try and get to higher and higher ground. Like water's rushing into this building.
Yeah, totally.
And she is like fixing up Ben's leg because he's got the glass stuck in it, whatnot, trying to stop the bleeding. And Seth's like, "Oh, she better not kiss him right now." And they start to kiss, and Seth looked away to not watch Ben kiss Alexandra Daddario.
Wow, he's a jealous little boy.
He's a man of culture, is what he is. Are you
That's
good?
what they call him.
I have my morals. Yeah, she went potty outside. A good girl.
Good job.
Good job, Luna.
No, good job you. You went potty outside.
I went potty outside like a good girl.
Took a shit in the snow like a good girl.
Like a good girl.
Well,
It's awful.
after they kiss, Ollie sees a boat driving outside their building, and it's the mom and dad. It's Emma and Ray, and they are able to signal them with some laser pointers to try and get to them. But just then a shockwave hits, lowering the building, breaking all the glass to the building, and in rushes a bunch of water. And Ollie and Ben are able to make it up another level on the stairwell, but Blake cannot be found.
Nope, she's stuck in a room with the rising water. She might drown.
And Ray knows that he has to go and he can't lose another daughter drowning. So he jumps into the building, swims in. He does kiss Emma before going in after her, too.
Plants one on her.
The family's back together. Pending the survival
all
of the daughter.
here. And so after they kiss, The Rock is trying so hard to like break the glass of this room or whatnot, but nothing works. And Blake tells him she loves him and mom, and Blake just fucking died. She drowned. She had these weird like convulsion things.
A little weird. Did you cry here?
I did not.
Marina's like, what is she doing?
She drowned.
I said she was twerking or something. But yeah, she died. But then some heroic music plays. Ray's about
So
to go full
dumb.
rock.
The transition from like the sad she died, and then it's a quick cut to The Rock swimming hard, and the music. It literally said on my subtitles, said heroic music.
Yeah, heroic music plays.
Very dumb.
And he immediately rips apart a door and rescues her body. Like, why didn't he do this before?
And as if this movie would have the balls to have like a father who lost his daughter have another one lost in the same way right in front of his eyes.
Could never.
Would have been a swing. This just
That would have been.
They don't have the balls.
Yeah.
They
Well,
simply do not.
she is dead, but he makes it up a story to where Ben and Ollie are, and he starts CPR on her while they try and break a window open, but nothing's working. And Emma sees them trying to break the window. She just takes the speedboat that they're on, fucking runs it through the wall.
My note here is if The Rock was actually giving her CPR, all of her bones would be broken. Every single
He was
one.
doing it very fast too.
She would have been pushed
Come
through
on.
the floor below.
He's doing it to the BPM of Dragon Force instead of staying alive.
Just mangles her chest.
Through
This
the
man
fire
could
and the
bench
flames.
600 pounds. Why is he doing CPR?
He shouldn't be allowed to.
And so mom breaks through the windows, saves everyone for the building, like rips the top off the speedboat or whatnot. But The Rock continues CPR on Blake, but she doesn't wake up. And everyone is just crying as she's dead in the boat. Even
The Rock, he gave up.
Even me.
You cried here?
No, I didn't cry.
I was gonna say.
I'll tell you now, I didn't cry in this movie.
Okay, good.
Spoiler.
And everyone's crying, but Ray's just too determined to not stop CPR and keeps going. And then she coughs up water, and she's alive too. The whole family's together.
They did it.
The earthquakes are done, and now we see the aftermath. You get to see all the families that are alive and embracing each other. You've got lost people.
He said saved so many lives.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, he did. Everybody died. These are the only 5 survivors, it seems.
There were a couple people hugging each other and getting water from the National Guard.
So many died.
But did you see the wall of missing person signs? It was just like the whole wall
funny.
completely full of
If you've seen this man, call whatever numbers they
I saw him get crushed.
Oh, I saw him. Not for very long.
But yeah, you get to see the National Guard relief, all that. And the family and Ben and Ollie stands arm in arm looking over the destroyed city. And Ben's like, hey, I saved this from the boat. And it's Mallory's necklace that Blake wears to like remember her by. And they're all so thankful for everyone's help. And the camera kept zooming out and then rotating and then zooming out and then rotating. So you could see like city, state, country, world.
Well, then we get one just insane Michael Bay shot of an American flag unfurled on the bridge. How did that get there?
The Golden Gate Bridge has been destroyed, but somehow there's a gigantic American flag that got stuck in the rafters of it.
That was the most pandering bullshit I've maybe seen in my 26 years.
Exactly.
Because it's who I think it's Daddario or his wife. They're like, what are we gonna do now? And The Rock goes, well, and then it cuts to
the American flag
unfurling, and he doesn't continue until it's all the way opened up. He says, we're gonna rebuild.
Full thing go.
So stupid, man.
So I see we're stealing quotes now.
Sorry.
And yeah, it zooms out over and over, showing, the U.S. and you kind of see like the little strip of California separated from the rest a little bit.
It would have been a cool shot because I thought they were going to zoom all the way out and show the total damage of like how the continent
show
is
I am hungry.
Show I am hungry.
Yeah.
But instead it was just like, look at all this water. And there's a camp over here. It's like a very small part of the world. Doesn't really matter.
Nope. And with that is the end of San Andreas.
Fine.
Oh, we both stopped at the same time. We got some time. I think we can at least get through some quotes.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut them this week.
We don't have to cut all of our quotes, ratings, reviews, critic reviews, or recommendations.
Do we have to do it? We haven't done it promptly in a while.
Because we're always scrambling to cut off before the 2-hour mark.
That's true.
They have been super prompt. Like, all right, we're going to do quotes now. Bye.
There's no time to even mention it.
I mean, we can.
Some quarters, boys.
I think we should get into some cores.
I like core boys. Let's do some quarters, boys.
Okay.
Queer Eye.
Oh, Queer Eye, yeah. The hit TV show from TGTBTM. We release TV shows now.
Oh.
Yeah. So tune in. What
the fuck are you advertising?
I don't know. Tune into our what channel would pick up TGTBTM TV shows?
The Oxygen, the one that Oprah's got. She loves us.
Oprah loves us.
She's a
And
big
Stedman.
fan.
Yeah.
That's her guilty pleasure.
Ostensibly.
Stedman.
Or like True TV, like in Practical Jokers kind of thing. They get like 18 hours of footage and we get like 2 and then the other 4 is I don't know.
I think it's fair to say we're like 11% as good as that show.
Practical Jokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I think we can do some cores now.
Okay.
Cores.
That always happens when we're like doing well on time and we're gonna start bullshitting
Yeah.
for no reason. Let's hit that 2:30 mark again, boys.
You know what was weird is that she's been chewing on this bone like right here on DB Cooper's bones right behind us.
Right.
Marina?
And
Yeah.
Marina's been gnawing on
We've just been
human
trying
bones.
not to mention it.
No, Luna's chewing on a bone right behind us, but when we paused, she stopped. She hasn't chewed on the bone since.
She probably heard you go, okay, and it was like her dog whistle.
Ooh. Well, quotes. How many do we have?
I only have 3. My note taking wasn't as extensive for San Andreas.
Ostensive. I have 6. I think 1 or 2 may have been taken. So
I have 10, but half
Jesus.
of them are like Seth.
yeah, I would say I think you're 2 or 3 of mine as well. So
Lucas, just do all yours, and then we'll do half.
All right, mine was stolen right at the end, and it is The Rock. When then asked what they're going to do next, he says, now we rebuild.
Yeah, that's what mine with the American flag makes it so great.
sorry
Yeah.
guys, it just seemed like the perfect time to mention that.
My one of my
The
quotes
perfect
is
time
just,
to mention a quote from the film is not in quotes, ratings, and reviews.
Not in my eyes.
This is a Rock. He goes, "Get to the side of the stadium. Get to the side of the stadium." About 50 times. That's one of my quotes. And then my
AT&T Stadium.
Exactly. And my last one was from Daniel on the plane when talking about why he doesn't have any kids. He said, "I never had kids because I guess I was too busy raising these," as he's talking about his skyscrapers.
God damn it. He shows the picture. That was one of mine, too.
Yeah, I figured that would be.
So funny.
So funny.
That's all mine.
She's a nice addition to the San Francisco skyline, isn't she? Blake's like, yeah, she's super sweet.
So weird, man.
All right. Half of yours?
Yeah, okay. We kind of did this one earlier. You quoted yourself earlier already when he's picking up the girl on the Hoover Dam. Brandon literally said, "Natural selection. That little girl should have died."
Mm-hmm.
She should have.
She was a coward.
This is the dinner that we're very confused about when it's the wife and the brood lady, Susan. She said, "You only have the one daughter, right? Because the other one drowned and died."
Yeah.
Very blunt.
Yeah, that's what she's like. To put it bluntly, I guess. She's like, no, I didn't mean it like that. But how else would you mean that?
Also, don't tell me about any fucking specials.
And yeah, she was pissed about that. And my last one for now, it's Ollie, the little brother, when they're still in the architecture lobby. I think she writes her number down for Ben and runs away. And the little kid goes, "Man, I can't wait to be 20. It just seemed like a really weird, arbitrary age. Like 18, I would get like, okay, legal, but like, why 20?
21.
Why is that the one you get? Yeah, 21, 25. I can't wait to be 20 years old on the dot. I just want to be a little bit older than her.
He just wants to roll around. Yeah.
All right, my first one is at when they skydive into AT&T Stadium, and
oh yeah,
it's been a while since I got you to second base.
Oh yeah,
because they land right on second base.
I wanted to throw something when he said that.
Because I was gonna say something dumb like, "You guys think he's hard right now?" But he said it for me
because they had to skydive tandem.
Yeah, and he's like inside her the whole way down.
Yeah. Ooh, you think that's
can see himself inside her. Like skydive sex?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. As soon as anything is invented, people find a way to do it sex. They incorporate sex into it. So as soon as skydiving was a thing, the second guy to do it was like, "Oh, I know what would make this even better."
This is between the news reporter and Lawrence. Apparently he's Giamatti's character's name.
Oh my god.
But she's like, "Are you saying that you think the whole San Andreas fault might go off?" And he's like, "Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying." And they go, "Who should we call?" And he goes, "Everybody." It reminded me.
Go ahead, sorry.
It reminded me of the Armageddon one.
I was gonna say, it was
where he's like,
Armageddon where it was like that.
Yeah, he was like, she's like, "I see something crazy in the sky, a giant asteroid." She's like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" He's like, "Get 10,000 people on the phone for me right now."
I think that was a line in like "Don't Look Up" as well, where the asteroid's coming down. Still. Like, who are we gonna call? It's like, everybody.
That one specifically in Armageddon is when some of the asteroid debris is hitting like a small town in China.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "We need to call all the 10,000 people in the village." Every one of them. You have 30 seconds.
And then my last one for right now is when they're doing the interview at the beginning in the chopper, and the interviewer goes, "Chief Gaines, I'm told between Afghanistan and LFAD you have over 600 rescues." And he looks back to her and he he's not like, "Thank you" or anything. He's just doing my job, ma'am. I go where they tell me to go.
He says it almost like he's not the main character. Too,
yeah,
the way it's framed and everything. He seems like a supporting.
I just go where they tell me to go, ma'am.
Oh, he just flies the helicopter. Yeah. He's not even the Rock. Who the fuck?
Finish yours off?
Oh yeah, I can do that. I guess. Oh man. I'm trying to remember the setup to this. I just wrote down the quote, but there's a whole setup. The kid's got his book of San Francisco. There are like tours. There's this little tour guide book. And she's like, "Does your little book have a guide to mechanic stores nearby or electronic
stores?"
He goes, "Oh, my book has everything," and he's like, he holds it up and he's all cheeky.
He's so
like,
proud
we're in
about
a
it.
crisis, my guy. You can't just be cheeky all the time. Like every crisis movie we've watched, there's one character that's like doing a little shoulder shimmy and being cheeky as hell every damn time.
I wish
I
it was
hate it.
Buscemi.
Yeah.
I wish it was more like Dazed and Confused. This is the old people to flag them down so they don't fall into the fault. They get out and they're talking to him, and the lady's like, "I told you we should have gone the other way." And he's like, "Did you know this would happen?" Super funny. Last one is Brandon. I can't remember
that guy.
where this happened. I think it was when Alexandra Daddario was drowning, and he goes, "Mallory, no." It's like, it's just like the other daughter. I didn't write this one down, but there was a point in the movie as well where we're talking about like, what if they did both die? And Brandon's like, what if the first one died of an earthquake? And he's like, I can't have both of my daughters die in earthquake-related accidents.
Damn, I see you're stealing my one quote from me.
If you have it better, I liked it a lot.
I've already lost one daughter to an earthquake. I can't lose another.
So funny.
I wish that would have been a wrinkle of interesting for this movie, if that were the case.
My family keeps dying in earthquakes.
Yeah.
Sketch idea.
It's like Good Luck Chuck, but every time he fucks a woman, she dies in an earthquake.
Spoiler.
Date outside the San Andreas fault. You're better off.
He's in a time loop.
So you stole my me quote. I forgot about one thing.
Good.
Do you remember that scene when they went in? Because you mentioned the electronics store. They go in and the credit card machine was hooked up to the phone line, just like how Cold Stone in Missoula was.
Yeah.
But God, this feels like Dan all over again.
Is that true, Dan?
Fuck you, Dan.
Fuck you, Dan.
Stole your treasure.
I hope he listens. Marry me for my treasure, Dan.
So I've only got a couple more. 3 Seth ones. Very beginning when the girl is hanging off the edge and they're trying to save her in the car and whatnot, and the helicopter comes up and it's just whipping things around like dust and everything, and Seth just goes, "Watch the wind pushes her right off the edge." Then I've got one when you're learning that the San Andreas fault is about to be hit super hard. Seth just goes, "But how will this affect LeBron's legacy?"
Oh yeah,
it's like the same thing.
I had a feeling you might be.
And then the Lakers' legacy.
I love the trend of him lately. That just him lying. He's about
compulsive
everything.
Liar. And then my last one here is he is trying to save Emma or whatever when she's hanging from the thing.
Oh yeah,
the little net.
Yeah,
and he pushes the button, the auto HOV button, and Seth in a Jay-Z voice goes, "Hova."
I thought we banned that impression.
It was a moratorium. It was only temporary.
And so that's the end of quotes.
Yep.
Good quotes. We have hit ratings in too. Seth's up 4-0 right now.
I can come back.
It's true. I've lost bigger leads, man.
Seth thermometer.
Thermometer?
Percentage critics.
Oh my god.
You got this.
12?
Okay. Lucas.
13.
I'm pissed. It's probably like 37.
Lucas is our winner. It's 48%.
God damn it. There's no winning this one. He's got me. He's got my number, man. He's dialed in.
Fuck.
Pun intended.
Next up, Lucas. Audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Percentage.
I'll say a 39%.
Seth?
This is a tough one. You put me in a tough position. 40.
We have a winner. It is Seth. It's 52%.
Oh. That feels good.
All right. These last two, we cannot do one over or one under anybody. You have to have unique guesses.
No, I don't. This fucking guy.
I'll make you guess again.
Guess again, bitch.
Lucas. Seth.
Yep.
IMDb Metascore out of 100.
IMDb Meta. Critics?
Yes.
I'll say a 3.7.
37. Okay.
Oh. Okay, I'm 3.8.
You can't.
I'm doing
I
it.
vetoed it.
3.9 then. I really like that number.
So 39?
Sure.
43.
Oh, that was going to be my guess.
And lastly, audience score on IMDb out of 10. Seth, you're first.
52.
5.2.
Sure.
47.
Seth is our winner again. It's a 6.1.
I'm correct.
Seth went 7-1 today.
I'm popping off today.
So audience or critics gave this a 48, a 48 and a 43 for an average of a 45.5.
We stand a king.
And audiences gave it a 52 and a 61 for an average of 56.5. 45.5, 56.5. Seth, what are you giving this?
God, this is really bad. Luna, chill out over there. I'm gonna say like a 2.4, 2.2
on the lasagna.
Oh yeah, 2.2 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thoughts, reasons?
It was boring, trite, a bit derivative, naturally, of everything that's ever happened. Just bad.
Okay.
It was just bad.
Lucas?
I'm going to echo a lot of what Seth was saying in his comments.
Good bit.
By giving it a 1.1 on the old lasagna scale.
Damn.
I too was bored. I thought The Rock is a bad actor, and I don't want to see more of his movies after watching this. I don't know. Yeah, kind of stunk. 1.1.
I'm a 4.5. Still not great. I didn't think that there was, I mean, yeah, it's pretty basic action, kind of like all about family and whatnot, but there weren't like a shit ton of detractors in it.
Detractor.
I knew you were going to say that.
Detractifornians. Nope.
Detractifornians.
That's right.
A bunch of Californians that drive detractors
exactly.
to work.
Of course. Everyone got it immediately. Don't explain my joke. It was
4.5. It's like right at the critic average on this. Like I said,
you're a copycat.
I don't think that there's like a ton of detractors in it. Don't you fucking say it. But it's not great. It's not good in any way where I'm like boasting for people to come watch it. There's some decent effects in there, some poor ones at times. Acting is fairly wooden, but I've seen worse. So,
do you, when you watch a movie, do you start at like a 5 and then it like goes up or down? Because for me, I start at 0 and I need like to get up to 10, and it didn't earn more than 2.
Me and Brandon have talked about that before on this podcast. We both sort of have kind of an idea of starting at like a 5, but I just think, yeah, for me cumulatively, this is a stink.
I thought it looked good. You know, at least it was a coherent storyline. I mean, a lot of it might be pushed on you a little bit with the family and and The Rock just in general.
It's a respectable score for sure.
Yeah, 4.5. So 4.5, 2.2, and a 1.1 for a 7.8 combined.
Out of
which
30.
is a 2.6 average for us. So.
Almost
more than double Stealth.
Stealth was my kind of comparison for this, and why I couldn't get much further out of like a 1.5.
Yeah. Stealth, the later Transformers, a lot of these action movies we've been watching.
I kept just thinking about 2012, and at least that one was funny.
Armageddon was, I thought, far better than this.
Oh yeah. I don't know what I gave it, but.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
Alrighty. That's ratings. I think this is a good time for us to pause. Shall we?
Shan't.
We're moving through it.
Yeah, we're killing it.
Yeah, I've been killing it.
But how's Josh Palmer been killing it?
Good question. As long as Brandon Ayuk has not been, I think we're good.
I think he was having a good game.
Fuck. I'm only up like 20 points.
Alrighty, I beat Jordy, guys.
Good. I am losing horribly.
Apparently, I was supposed to play Derek Carr this week. Yeah. Every week, I pick the wrong quarterback to play. It's like I either have them on bye and then the other one shits the bed, or like I play Justin Herbert multiple times and then Derek Carr erupts. But 18 points isn't really erupting, but
I have that problem with my running backs because I have Dameon Pierce, Dalvin Cook, Jonathan Taylor, and Aaron Jones. And like one of them is always ass every week, and I don't know which one it's going to be. But mostly it's Aaron Jones. Even Jamal Williams sometimes is like badass. He's the touchdown monster of the Lions.
They score a lot of touchdowns. All right, I'm ready.
Oh shit, I won in both.
They don't
I won in both leagues.
I think I might too. Alex might be back in front of me again. I'm not sure.
Shit.
Me and Nate Dogg are very close in basketball. He's got Nick Claxton still playing. I've got Russ. If Russ can pull out a triple-double, I might beat him. That's close. We're 35 points apart. Other league, I think I was losing. Oh, fuck. It's so... Oh, my God. Joel Embiid got me 125 fantasy points.
59, 11, and 8.
59 points, 11 rebounds.
Oh, 9.
8 assists, 7 blocks.
Pop off.
Holy shit.
He went 19 for 20. He attempted 24 free throws.
He just jumped Tatum in the MVP ladder in one game.
Josh Giddey got me 95 points. Sabonis has 23 and 18 with 62 points. Michael Porter Jr. dropped 31 tonight.
God damn, I had him last year and he did ass. Anyway.
Damn.
And he has nobody playing. I won.
Yeah.
I might win all of them. Let's do it.
Wow.
Let's get into the movie.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Play.
Yeehaw! Welcome back.
Let's get into the movie.
This is the review ranch. I got a saddle up Bronco ready for us to ride.
Bleh. Vampire Cowboys.
Spooky.
Spoopy. Frumpy. Quit laughing.
I'm scared.
4 critic reviews for you today. First one is, it doesn't have a writer directly tied to it. 4. It's just IGN. But they say
Internet Gaming Nerds
Network.
What? I thought it was nerds.
They say there are some cracks in this foundation, but San Andreas is a solid popcorn fare thanks to sharp visuals and The Rock. 7.5 out of 10 stars.
Those nerds.
Bunch of nerds. Next is Andrew Barker at Variety. He says, of the many charges that can be levied against Brad Payton's San Andreas, false advertising is not one of them. The disaster pick promises nothing more than the complete CGI destruction of California as foregrounded by Dwayne Johnson's jackfruit-sized biceps, and it delivers exactly that.
It would have been a great review. I mean, it was already. Where did it... Is it up here?
How big are jackfruits?
They're huge.
Oh, yeah. False advertising, not one of them. The disaster movie promises nothing. Would have been a great place to end that. And it delivers.
Next is Mick LaSalle at the San Francisco Chronicles. He said, some movies are easy to mock, but hard to resist. This is one of them. Can't resist The Rock.
Stuck between The Rock and a hard place.
If he tried, he would rip your arms off.
It's just The Rock and John Cena's ass.
You can't say no. He's bigger than you.
And
he's really charming.
You
wouldn't want to say no.
The last
John
one is
Cena's ass.
That we have just described John Cena's ass, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the most.
It's bigger than you.
It's bigger than you, and it's charming. Prince style.
Oh,
stop!
John Cena's ass. Quit that.
No, you can't buy me a drink. I'm here with my husband. Stupid.
What a weird bit.
This is dumb and bad.
John Cena's ass is at a bar asking you out, assing you out,
Yeah.
gassing
And you're
you
like
up.
having a hard time refusing it.
It was a weird bit. I'm here with my husband. The husband's like, "No, honey, you should have a drink with it. When are you gonna get asked out by John Cena's ass again?"
You only live once.
My last critic review is by Andrew O'Hare at Salon. He says, considered as a pure spectacle, San Andreas is gripping and effective, as well as a somewhat interesting form of counter-narrative. A vision of near-term apocalypse that has nothing to do with climate change, monsters, or alien invaders.
That is interesting. I think we did miss out by not seeing it in 3D and in theater. I bet that would have been a different ball game.
Dolby surround sound.
Yeah.
Was he giving this movie
Seems like
credit
a
for having
theater
nothing going on?
He just said it would have been better in 3D. I just bought on DVD Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, the combo thing, but Seth hasn't seen either, so I'm going to have to show him both of those.
I don't even know who Tom Cruise is.
That's such a lie.
Prove it.
I don't even know who John Cena's ass is.
It's not funny. Why am I laughing?
That Spike says otherwise.
Be honking.
And now, user reviews. Are we ready or what?
Hit it.
The first one is by Seth.
Oh shit, Snoopy style.
Exactly. March 23rd,
Brandon's
2016.
finally given it. It's taken so long.
Snoopy style says it's
4
funny.
months.
No, you're Sethin. Every time.
It's funny that I saw Charlton Heston's Earthquake from 1974 just before watching this movie. CGI has created much better destruction. Neither has a terribly good story. It's weird that the seismic teams from both movies go to a dam. The Rock is great, as always. His opening rescue is fun and exciting. It does bother me that he's a rescue pilot, but doesn't rescue a single soul flying over California. I love the destruction and the action, but lots of bothersome things start piling up. 5 out of 10.
I didn't even think about him not saving anybody. He saved
So
one
many
person in the
people.
beginning. You have over 600 rescues. That's a lot. Just doing my job, ma'am. You have one rescue in this movie. Just not doing my job anymore, ma'am.
Like, literally, he could have doubled that 600 in this one day.
Easily.
Yeah.
Stupid.
1,200 people one day.
Next up, returner Cosmasp on
Nice.
July 10th, 2015.
Was he a Mookie Award nominee?
He was not, I don't think. Lee Eisenberg, Little
Cosmasp?
Songbird, Snoopy style.
This is the first time hearing of it. In a while, at least. I don't remember the name.
Maybe I.
Bevo and Sethin. Yeah, he didn't get in. Close though. He said, it's been quite some time since we last had a movie like this. You can't really invent anything new with the formula. All you can throw at the viewer are the best possible special effects. Cliches? Well, you know you'll get them. You also get very beautiful people here in the main roles, if you're not offended by that and you'll go on the journey with them. The Rock saving people? That's not a stretch. His charisma shines through the screen, and you believe he's able to do most of the things that are depicted in this. The story itself is not going to have you guessing too much, but it's sufficient enough to carry what's going on. It's decent, and the movie is entertaining enough. 6 out of 10.
Middle of the road review.
I'm telling you, people like The Rock. They think he's good.
Like him.
No, people love the. Yeah, I'm not. He's been in like 8 movies with Kevin Hart, or they're like, "Oh, I'm
People
the
love
big guy
Kevin.
and he's the little guy."
Yeah.
People love Kevin
They
Hart,
keep
too.
doing it. Like I know they like him, but I've never looked at him do something like that in a movie and been like, "Oh, I believe he could do that in real life." This is super plausible.
Luna just destroyed a
that's
fidget
fair.
spinner. Luna. Next one by Tobias Clay on December 12th, 2018. He says, my bowel movements on a day are less painful and more entertaining than this. 1 out of 10.
That's a guy. Hit my review on the head.
That is a guy. You are
That's a guy.
you are correct. Tobias Clay is a guy. Good
Love
job,
that
Lucas.
He's a guy.
I love you.
I love you.
Next one is by Tweakums.
Ooh, I love
July
you.
25th. You do?
I don't know.
I was going to say, I don't really remember Tweakums being on here, but July 25th, 2019, they say, If you're looking for realism, you're in the wrong place. But if you just want an exciting roller coaster ride of a movie where the protagonists survive a succession of disasters by the narrowest of margins, then this is the film for you. Dwayne Johnson impresses as Raymond Reigns, and the rest of the cast are solid, even if the characters are for the most part playing second fiddle to the special effects. These effects looked fantastic on my relatively small television. I imagine they would have looked amazing on the big screen if I'd watched it there. Overall, I'd say this is well worth watching if you want a thrilling ride. 8 out of 10.
That's pretty high praise.
For somebody that watches it on a tiny TV.
Yeah, I did watch it on my laptop.
Stupid bitch.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Because you had football going on the TV?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You had to tune into the Vikes.
They were killing.
They were.
Game.
The Minnesotans.
All right, next one is by Barking Uraden. Barking Uraden. July 23rd, 2020. They say, lol, story. Man uses taxpayers' rescue service chopper to pick up his ex-wife and daughter while thousands die beneath them. 5 out of 10.
He should have rescued.
Very upset about the taxpayers' money, too.
He's a point.
And he stole most of that shit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Are you on the clock when the natural disaster hits?
Or bartered for it.
Yeah.
He's probably the one guy who is on the clock. The rescue team, yeah.
Penultimate review is by BA_Harrison, returner.
Okay.
It's me.
May 30th, 2015, they say. It's highly preposterous and predictable Hollywood nonsense, the likes of which we have seen many times before, but it is sufficiently loud, chaotic, and expertly executed to be worth the price of a ticket for most disaster movie fans. My favorite moments, aside from Daddario sunbathing in her bikini and her underwater swim, is the groundbreaking open and a tube train spilling out onto the streets of San Francisco. I told you about that, where the train came out of the ground.
Oh, yeah.
I
just missed that part.
And a big surprise waiting for Ray and Emma at the top of a tidal wave. 7.5 out of 10. Happily rounded up to 8 for, you guessed it, Alexandra Daddario. 8 out of 10.
I should have given this movie a higher score just for her.
She was 2 of your 2.2.
I probably did. It probably would have been a 0 if she wasn't in it. She was the 2 that lifted from the 0.
And last is by Dismassed Bowie.
Ooh.
Dismassed Bowie. July 18th, 2020 says, OMG, wow, this movie is painful to watch. Pure crap. The cock Johnson must have sold his bald-ass soul to the devil to have a career in acting. 1 out of 10.
I called him bald ass in the movie too.
I thought you were going to say you called him the cock.
He's so bald.
And so that's the end of reviews.
One of like the higher rated rock movies then? San Andreas, is this like people pointing like, oh, San Andreas, that one's pretty good actually.
I know Rampage didn't do well. The Journey series didn't. The Race to Witch Mountain did pretty well. Jumanji did pretty well. Was he in that new one, Jungle Cruise?
Yeah. Couldn't tell you.
That one did pretty well.
Yeah.
And
based on the ride,
people like the Fast and Furious a lot.
Probably.
Brandon, I missed a quote from you earlier.
What?
I forgot to write down. They're talking about the dead daughter.
Okay.
And The Rock's like, I miss her so much. And you pretend to be the wife. You're like, I actually don't miss her at all. It's crazy.
That's right.
That's
kind of a burden.
I
don't miss my dead daughter at all.
Right, hey, don't eat my shoes.
So that's the end of this. Are we recommending this film, guys?
No. This movie stinks.
I could maybe give it a watch for like the Rock fans or like people that love like big action stuff, but
I don't associate with rock fans.
Yeah.
You're more rap fan.
I'm a
I go to
rat
the orchestra.
Fan. I'm a man of culture, not a bald ass.
Precisely.
I'm a fan of John Cena's ass, not bald ass.
That's right.
And so that's going to end it this week. Next week, we are finishing off November. Before we get into our holiday films, we are watching a film called The Last Unicorn.
Oh, no.
I stumbled across this when I went to a local Billings theater called the Babcock Theater, and they showed it. Quit laughing at Babcock. Quit laughing again. And they had this preview for this movie called The Last Unicorn, and it was trippy. So I was like, we'll plug this in here because this could be like really, really good or just absolute dog shit.
It looks like it's 45 minutes.
It could be.
You don't know?
No, I don't.
We might have a short episode next week, so tune out.
Amen.
Tune out. The Last Unicorn is an hour and 32. Holy shit, it's got Jeff Bridges in it.
Oh shit. All right. I'm excited.
Jeff Bridges, Mia Farrow, and Alan Arkin were in the top 4. So
goddamn. Okay.
So that's what we got next week. We hope you enjoyed San Andreas. Send Lucas some goddamn recipes. Please.
Might be too late.
Might be too late.
By the time the mail, I might be dead.
We had an idea about the recipe thing recently, though.
We did?
Yeah. I forget what it was. It was just like you put it, whatever you got, put it in a burrito and just like cook it. Put it in a tortilla and just like cook it at 400 for 6 minutes. That should kill most things.
Like a human.
And we love killing you.
I meant like germs, I guess. I should have been a little more articulate on that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to end it at 2 hours and 7 minutes. Woo! Good timing.
Anybody want to bring anything up?
Nope. We are going to see you next week.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Gadoosh! So proud of us.
We cruised.
We did it. This always happens when we pick a boring movie. Like, I think Stealth was like this.
Stealth was like 212, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really
short now.
Yeah, I mean, not that there's not a lot to talk about, but they just like have less plot points because it's always like they run from A to B and then they run from B to C.
It was funny because
go from C to D.
We were cruising last week and Even Dwarfs started small.
Yeah.
Like we were finished with the plot and everything like the same time we were here, like hour 35, hour 40, and we were gonna like cruise into stuff. But then Robert was getting so drunk that it just got so wordy and just carried up.
That was good discussions.
No, he did. He drank so much. It was awesome.
Yeah. He understood the movie and everything, and like he enjoyed it. I just getting his points across and repeating a lot after a while.
I liked it.
It was so funny.
I respected that he challenged himself too.
To be on Even Dwarfs. I offered a different time.
Yeah, he could have been on San Andreas.
He did great.
Now that's a movie you can just get drunk to.
Yeah, that's
really
more his like normal style.
You cannot get drunk to Even Dwarfs Started Small and just try to comprehend whatever that was.
That was an awesome movie. I loved it.
Alrighty, I'll see you boys. Thanks for chatting.
Later, Lukey.
See you later, leg man.
Peace. I probably also can't. Thanks. That's a good one.
Thanks.
I probably also can't do TV talk for a while. I think because of basketball starting up, and I have to help out with the 7th grade basketball team as well.
That's okay.
So you guys could probably jump on that if you wanted to jump on it.
Okay. Since you're here.
I am here for now.
Behind these hazel eyes. All right, see you guys.
I did it again.
Since he's been gone.
Since I